should have a full house, by the way.
Yep, we should. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's edition of the Whitfield Report. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Sorry for the late start, but we had some technical hurdles that we had to navigate through here tonight. I actually have a guest co-host for this evening. Semper Reloaded is joining me, so welcome to the Whitfield Report, sir.
Right, how's it going?
Going pretty well. Hang on a sec here. Let me split screen. All right. Okay, there we go.
There we are.
All right, folks. First off, as usual, housekeeping. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @SamDaver_NGC. Hashtag Whitfield Report. You can follow me on Parler at Sam Whitfield. Facebook.com/Whitfield Report. And thesamwhitfield.com. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of that great jazz. So, my guest co-host for tonight, as I mentioned, is Semper Reloaded. And, Semper, you and I actually have a lot of stuff in common other than the fact that we're both ex-bears. You and I are both science fiction fans, and, we do pop culture and entertainment streams. So, first off, sir, welcome
Hold on, let me call out the comments real quick. Hi, Apex.
Oh, yeah. We ought to call out the comments. So, yeah, we also have Vox sucks Owen off, or Owen sucks off Vox.
I have a feeling I know who that is.
Yeah, yeah, as do I. So, first of all, sir, welcome to the show. Now, I know we were talking a little bit before the program, but I have to ask you. I wasn't too familiar with your stream up until I just randomly joined one of your streams a few weeks ago, I think. So, how did you get started streaming, and then how did you get involved with Owen and the whole fallout?
All right, so I started streaming, I would say, God, it's been almost a year now, so I think it was May of last year. I used to do like college ministry and youth ministry and stuff like that. So I used to preach a lot, and I started missing it, and then an opportunity came up, and I said, well, why don't I start streaming, and then so that's when I changed my name and all that stuff, and then I started streaming. But I got in line. If you saw my earlier streams, and Apex did, he saw one of my best streams where I had mentioned some military people. He went off on me. Little known fact, I love Apex.
We all do.
But yeah, I came in when I first was exposed to Owen. I saw Owen on the first Rogan stream, and I came in. So it was right as the DZ was reforming. It was right as everybody was starting to peel off of that. And I came in, and I had my real name for a long time and just kind of watched. But I do data analysis at work, so I need a lot of stuff to pump into my ears while I'm analyzing data. And so Owen was pretty good in that, being that I would get like 2 hours a day that I could listen to of just stuff. So when I came in, I was on that ground floor, that basement of being the person that comes in and you're listening to Owen, and he's he's got a certain amount of charm to him. And this was before all of the conspiracy theory stuff. It was before Nimmer went down. It was before all of that. So he was doing just kind of these family, putting stuff together. He was just, in fact, he was still in New York when I was listening to him. So, and then I watched him move out to Washington, and I was there for all that. But it was before the Drinking Saga. It was before all of that. And so when I would hear these people going after him and saying this and saying that, and he's like, it was even before Gammas. he was like, these guys are ankle biters, and hey guys, don't listen to these people. All they want to do is make videos of me, and and I didn't do anything. And then of course I watched him go after the gummies thing, and the way that he presented the gummies thing was from the standpoint of somebody who didn't know anybody on the other side. The way it was presented was it was presented that it was verified that these things were poison, that it was that this thing was sent, that the FBI was involved in all of that stuff. And he never corrected that until like months and months and months later. But when he did correct it, it was just, oh, well, I shouldn't have listened to this person and I need to do that more, which he still hasn't learned because he's still listening to every word Coddington says and doesn't verify anything. But see, that's what you got to understand about Owen. Owen doesn't give a shit about anybody but Owen and his family. And so when he's talking about somebody being his friend or somebody, that he knows, when it comes to people like me or people like Captain Cutler or people like anybody other than really Coddington, his wife, and his kids, he's getting it all secondhand knowledge. All of the stuff that he attacked me for because the guy never talked to me. The guy never spoke to me once, not in DMs, not in any type of voice chat or anything like that. So when it actually surprised me when I said, after what he did to a friend of mine, when he called her a whore, I just said, you know what, I'm just not going to listen to this guy. And I told everybody that on the back channels. I never said it in my stream or anything like that.
Oh wait.
And then
wait. You were the horror guy?
Yes, I was the horror guy. Whore.
Oh my God. I feel so sorry. I had no idea that was you, but honestly that was one of the I mean, I had already been disgusted by Owen at that point, but that one made me mad.
You got to understand, Sawson's the person he called a whore, and you got to understand something about Sawson. Sawson's one of those people that she's kind of like a non-streaming form of Davy Crocco, where once she connects to your channel, like she supports it. She'll support it financially. She's there every single stream. She's a really good chick, and she will go to the ends of the earth for you. And so she found my stream early on. She was like, I think the first time I saw her was on my third stream. And she supported my channel, and she was a part of everything that we did. And so when he went off on her, it was just, I'd had enough, because I was already at the point where it was like, okay, this thing's off. This is weird. He's taking content. What he started doing was he would, I would finish one of my things. So I had this stream that was, it was, I hope my kids fail, because it was basically outlining that your kids have a safety net, and that safety net is there to make sure that if they fail, they can rebound, right? So yeah. I want my kids to fail while that safety net is there, because I want them to experience what it's like to fail. And Davey, come on now. She's a great chick. I was talking about the supporting thing. So it was actually a compliment on you, sir. But yeah, so where was I? Don't distract me, Davey. So where was I? David distracted me.
You were saying that you were saying something about your kids in a
okay, yeah. So I did this stream called I Want My Kids to Fail. And then what I started noticing was this little trend of within 5 minutes of me going offline, Owen would start an Instagram like 5 minutes after, like every single night. And then this one in particular, I think there were 3 or 4 different times that if he had his whole library up online, I could actually literally prove it. But he would come on his Instagram after and go, "Hey guys, you got to let your kids fail." And I was like, what the frick-a-frack?
Yeah.
And I'm listening to it and watching like concepts that I literally just did not a half an hour before come out of his mouth as though they were his ideas. So at first I thought it was funny. And then I started going, you know what? This guy's got like 265,000 people. If you're going to use my content, that's fine. Like I've used some of Davey's content. I've used some of um,
John.
Alan's content. I've used some of Johnny's content. Yeah, like I've used other people's content before, but I always say, you know, this is who it is. This is what it is. And it's like, if you're going to use somebody's content, that's fine. Just at least have the common courtesy. Because for Owen, if I mentioned Owen, it's not that big of a deal because, you know, who the hell am I? But if Owen mentions me on stream, I mean, it'll send Apex and Johnny and Alan and everybody my way. But if Owen were to mention me on stream, you know, that would actually be a big deal for my channel. And so after the first time, it wasn't that big of a deal. Second time, it wasn't that big of a deal. But after the third time, it was like, dude, freaking come on. And so I went on Instagram and I started making fun of it, right? So I was like, we know you're watching my channel, Owen. We know. And I started giving examples of how he watched it. Now, if you go back and you watch the videos of him talking about me, he'll say, I've never watched his channel, actually. And he insists on that every single time he says my name. He says, I've never watched him. That's a response for what I was just making fun of it on Instagram. But so that's the point at which I started going, you know what? You know, I'm not getting anything out of this. I had to fend off an initial assault by Alan and Johnny like about 3 months into my channel. And it's like, I'm taking shit because I have a bear name. You know, I'm getting all of this crap just simply because I have the word bear in my name. And I'm not even getting publicity out of it. So why the hell am I sitting here? I'm not even enjoying his streams anymore. And so I was already on the fence. And then Owen did that to Saucin, and I was like, you know what? Fucking done. And it was like the moment I did that, like all of a sudden the motherfucker starts talking to me about me.
Yeah. Well,
and I'm like, oh, now you're gonna say my name, bitch. Okay.
well, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, he has referenced me even without mentioning my name. I mean, too, which is real weird because my channel is only like 600 some subscribers now. I mean, it's not that big, but I mean, maybe it's because I've been podcasting in general for so long, but I mean, even so, to Owen, I should be a nobody. And like, he was even quoting like my bit about, you know, Rush Limbaugh the other day. He's like, and this kind of brings me to the Turpentine thing. He's like, guys, you're not going to beat cancer. So just, you know, just take some turpentine. And, you know.
Yeah, the turpentine thing blows my mind.
Yeah. So I was at.
Funny story about that. Hold on, let me give you a story about that because I don't know if you guys were really
feel
listening.
free.
So there was a point, and it was probably, I would say, about 3 or 4 months ago. Owen started referencing this thing he heard where it was this thing about a study where they got people to drink piss by telling them over and over and over, like, you need to drink piss, you need to drink piss. And he's like, guys, don't let anybody tell you to drink the piss. Don't give in to that. And he was like, even if I were to tell you to start drinking piss, you don't do that. And now he's telling people to drink fucking turpentine. It's like, come on, dude. Don't drink the piss, guys.
Well, as an Eagle Scout, I can say for sure that while I wouldn't recommend it, drinking piss is a lot safer than drinking turpentine. If you need to, just run it through a filter first. So,
A filter that filters out anything turpentine related, so you don't drink shit that's going to poison you. No, sir. So when all this turpentine stuff started coming out, because again, like I said, I haven't watched a single one of his streams since I walked away. Saucin, my beautiful Saucin, is here.
Hey, Saucin, we were just talking about you. Welcome to the chat, madam.
Saucin is the reason I'm here.
So
So, so yeah, it's I started doing my research on turpentine after all this thing started breaking, and so all of these worms that they're talking about. First of all, if there was a worm that large that was inside your stomach as some of the stuff that's coming out of people, it would be laying eggs, and you would be able to find that eggs and those eggs in testing. What that is that's mucus. So, like when something gets stuck in your nose, your body creates mucus to protect the body from what's in your nose, and that's where you get snot and boogers and stuff like that, right? Well, the rest of your body will do that. So what everybody's crapping out is it's these strings of mucus that is forming to try to protect the body from the paint thinner that you're sending down your stomach. So everybody thinks they're worms, but it's just long mucus. And the funny thing is that you could find out exactly what it is by taking, it's gross, but fish it out of the toilet and take it to your doctor and say, what kind of worm is this? And you're going to find out it's not worm, that it's mucus.
so so the worms are giving me allergies then. Got it. So
I'm
yeah.
getting rid of the grapplers in my gut, guys.
The grapplers thing is weird too. Well, I mean, just the whole thing is weird. In fact, when I first joined the Bears, I mean, I don't know how much you know about my backstory, but my big claim to fame is I'm actually one of the few people who has had the well, I don't know if you can call it a privilege anymore, but at the time it was a privilege and an honor to interview Ben Shapiro right after Andrew Breitbart passed away. And
You interviewed Superior, dude. You've had a lot of people on your channel. I'm actually surprised. I mean, not surprised because you're not good at what you do, but surprised by the sub count. If you actually like, you've had a couple people on that are pretty huge.
well, I've been podcasting just in general as an audio form since I was about 14, so 12 years now, I think, is if I do the math right. But because I'm 25 now, but anyway, yeah, I had Shapiro on, and at one point, Owen and I never DM'd directly, but when I was in the Bears, someone mentioned to Owen, I had interviewed Shapiro, so the only interaction I had ever had with Owen was in a group like tweet session. This was back when he was on Twitter, and he was like, "So how do you recommend I act with Ben?" And I just said, "Oh, just talk to him normally, like you normally would. He's a nice dude. I don't agree with him on the Trump stuff, but just act normally, and he'll treat you all right." So I don't know what.
Hold on just a second. Apex, yeah, I was I was watching Owen back when he refused when he was Mr. Israel is our greatest ally guy. Go
Yeah,
ahead, sorry.
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I was with Owen for and I mean at that point I had interviewed Owen. I mean, I had interviewed Ben, and even I was a bit disgruntled with Ben for not supporting Trump, and Owen actually said, "Oh, come on, he's coming around to Trump." Well, now Owen is not only against Ben, but he's also now against the President of the United States too, which I kind of find hilarious in some ways. So,
Spoiler alert, I'm not real thrilled with that guy either.
yeah, for me, it's a day-to-day thing. Honestly, I'm not. The bump stocks thing really still fries my cookie, or however you say
Yeah,
it.
I did 4 hours on vape, and then I did another 2 or 3 hours on the Second Amendment. So
So,
the red flag laws and all that stuff.
yeah, well, maybe. I'm honestly hoping that Roger Stone gets. I mean, I think technically he is acquitted, but I'm hoping he can get back in Trump's ear, because it seemed like when he was in Trump's ear, uh, more stuff actually got done the way we wanted things to get done. But I don't know. So
So I guess what got done, because the only thing that I really believed actually got done that he said he was going to done was get done was the tax cut. But I lost $4,000 this year in tax returns.
That's
Not a single person I know didn't take at least $1,000 to $2,000 loss on their tax returns this year.
I mean, taxes are always shitty. I mean, I don't know. The whole thing with the bump stock. See, I was more of a Trump guy just because I loved seeing the left squirm. But I mean, now they're coming kind of. Now Trump's kind of placating to them too with this whole social media censorship. So
Well, if you go far enough back on my Twitter, you're going to see a bunch of stuff regarding all of the right versus left stuff. So I was in it too.
yeah, I was one of these guys who honestly Trump was not my first choice, but after seeing how much he pissed the left wing off. Plus, I got outed from a few college Republican publications because they went never Trump, and I was like, I at least want to see what these Trump guys are saying, and just for wanting to talk to them, I got outed. But so that was fun, and now I'm just kind of in the middle, or not really in the middle, but out there in the ether, I guess. So
Yeah, it's where I'm at politically speaking is that I'm back to where I was at the very very beginning, which is they're all dirty. They're all working for the same group of people, so it is what it is.
yeah,
You can't change it, you can't fix it, you can't affect it. So now all I do is make fun of it.
yeah. Well, that's kind of how I feel too. Live inside out is kind of how I don't let the shit on the outside affect you. Live your life and take care of your family. That's kind of how I look at things. So, but anyway, so let's see if the clips will play here. So there are actually some good Owen clips. Did you have any in mind that you wanted to play right
No,
now?
just run your stuff and we'll just laugh at it.
So I'm hoping this works. Milker Nation. I don't know if everyone should go subscribe to Milker Nation because he has some hilarious stuff. He just did another compilation of the Turpentine videos that Owen.
Turpentine.
And first
I
off,
never knew that song existed until Owen started drinking turpentine.
I did not even know what. I did not even know. Yeah, I didn't know that either. And my stepdad, he's a carpenter, so he'll use turpentine sometimes. And I brought up the fact that this like streaming guy that I used to follow now drinks turpentine, and he's like, "What? Doesn't he know that it's toxic?" And I'm like, "Well, apparently not." So it's
He
just
knows it's big pharma trying to make sure that the grabblers stay in your belly.
I can't believe he I mean the other thing is he steals bits from other people too. That grappler
You think?
that grappler bit was a 10-year-old onion bit, which in its own way was hilarious, but I mean come on. But I mean come on.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Gamma said, watch out. He got a hate speech from that mirror of Milker Nations.
Oh, which one? Which one Apex? The most recent one? I mean, if I do get struck, I'll just try and appeal it. The auto's not gonna get struck. So, okay. Oh, and let's see if this will work. Let me share the screen here real quick. All right. Hang on a sec.
Dude, that thumbnail's something else. He looks like the Joker without his makeup.
Yeah, he has the same laugh as the Joker too. Okay, let's see if this will work.
Yeah, dude, turpentine killing parasites will make you not gay anymore,
How do
potentially.
you sweat when it's like negative
My
four
turpentine's
outside?
coming.
How is turpentine good though? It's not even good to breathe it out. I'm not here to talk about turpentine, but I'm not here to talk about turpentine. I'm not here to endlessly debate with people about water or
Oh, I'm
turpentine.
not getting
Self
audio.
obsession in any way is feminine. Not detoxing isn't feminine, nutrition isn't feminine.
Oh wait, you're not getting audio?
No,
Huh.
it's probably because I can't hear the desktop audio on your machine. Damn.
Okay,
We
well,
tested everything except that.
okay, yeah, well, we tested it and it seemed to work. I might have a workaround. I'm gonna have to download this video, so we'll get it.
If you yank your headphones, it'll double audio on the stream side, but I'll be able to hear it.
Yeah. Let me see if it'll work if I download it. But we can kind of just chit
Well, it
chat.
shouldn't. It should just because all I'm getting is your mic. So you would have to double audio and let it come through your mic.
I might have a workaround for it. Hang on a sec. By the way, I think I've got to check my phone because I don't have Streamlabs actually set up on here because it's a Mac and they make you pay for Streamlabs over
I'm
like
a
some,
former IT guy, and as a former IT guy, I refuse to touch Macs. So
yeah.
I
Well,
own it. I own an iPhone, but I refuse to touch Macs.
good man. At least you have the one device that really matters. I don't refuse to touch PCs. I just prefer Macs. I prefer PCs for some stuff like gaming mostly, but I do lots of editing and film stuff.
I
So
just prefer to have a video card to where after a certain period of time, I could still get updated drivers for it.
touche. Um. So in addition to the own stuff though, you're pretty well known because you've been doing lots of Twilight Zone stuff and other science fiction stuff on your
Yeah, no, I love that. I mean, I would do. I'm more of a Star Trek guy than anything. I would do Star Trek if they let me. There's a couple of streams I wanted to do where I want to take the original like super famous Twilight Zone episodes that they actually did remakes or sequels to in the 1985 and 2002 and current version of the Twilight Zone. But because the original Twilight Zone got put on Netflix, they're starting to strike anybody who puts anything original Twilight Zone related on YouTube. So I can't run the originals, which I was sad about because I wanted to do a direct comparison, like one after another. But yeah, I do a lot of. I just figured out how to determine what I can and can't watch on YouTube. So I do a lot of, hey, let's hang out and make fun of these TV show things.
what
So.
what's your favorite Star Trek series? Because I'm a bit of a Trekkie myself. Not I'm
Well, if we're going to talk Star Trek series, I mean, you have to go with Next Generation. Next Generation. I mean, Royce is an idiot and a little bit of an asshole for thinking stupid ass Captain Janeway is the best captain ever, but she's not. She's actually the worst. Well, second worst because the Deep Space Nine captain was the worst captain of all time. But to say that Captain Janeway is better than Captain Picard makes that dirty, dirty Pakistani just wrong,
I
just flat out wrong.
he's Cuban or dirty Mexican, whichever you prefer
No, he's
to.
clearly Pakistani.
Nah, I'm not even defending him. He's Cuban, and I mean I think in this case he's thinking mostly with his penis. But no, I agree with you. I think I think Picard is clearly the superior captain.
Without question, without question.
Uh,
And you could make the case that he wasn't the best captain, but then once Captain Kirk died in Nemesis, Was it Nemesis? It wasn't Nemesis. It was the first one they did, Generations. When he was standing over uh, uh, Captain Kirk, and Captain Kirk died, that made Picard the best captain there was. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, there was.
yeah, no,
They're not making any Captain Kirk TV shows right now. They are making Picard TV shows.
yeah.
Just saying.
Well, I would say that. Plus, I mean, as much as I love the original, I just can't get over the campiness of Shatner's staccato, or his. I mean, he tries too hard to be Shakespeare. It was too campy.
Owen Benjamin highlights is right. Kirk did get that lady aliens though.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Picard never slept with a green lady.
Kirk was Kirk was Don Draper in space. I'll give him that. So,
Boom, nice reference.
thank you. Matt. Geez, Mad Men is another show where if the rights weren't an issue, because everything on TV is now. I would probably go through each and every episode of that show because it's fascinating. So.
But I actually liked Enterprise. I was very much an Archer fan, but also because I'm a Quantum Leap fan. So, well, Quantum Leap pre-season 4. Season 4 and 5 was just a bunch of SJW fucking shit. But pre-season 4 and 5 of Quantum Leap was fantastic.
Everything's turning into SJW crap these days, though. Even even the new James Bond movie is regretfully.
Well, see, that's what I hear. But then lately I've heard that girl is not James Bond. That they actually got the original guy to actually do it.
Yeah, which is good, but I mean they got rid of Bond girls officially, which I'm kind of mad about. But then again, I'm a misogynist dinosaur, so to speak.
Well, they're using news as advertisement now. So if you take the Sonic movie that just came out, everybody's saying it's pretty good. Which Jim Carrey being classic Jim Carrey is great. It would probably be a mediocre movie for everybody if that thing hadn't have happened. But when they put out that commercial, I said from day one, I was like, let me do it in Owen voice. Guys, they didn't really make that stupid ass looking hedgehog. It's all a media campaign. And so basically what they did is they threw out this ugly ass hedgehog that nobody would have ever approved to get people angry. So they would protest, and then they would delay the movie and redo it, and then actually put the Sonic that would have been in there. And then everybody would feel like they had ownership of the movie. And that's exactly what happened. And now everybody's like, I got to give it extra points because they listened to the audience. It's like, no, they didn't. Like, you're going to see when they come out with the Blu-ray, they're not going to put an additional version of that movie with the original Hedgehog in it because they didn't actually make the movie with the original Hedgehog. They made it with the one that they ended up putting production in. They just wanted to get that ownership of people wanting to go see it. So they took a movie that would have had mediocre success, and they ramped it up into great success. You're going to see great success. You're going to see that that this movie makes a lot of money this weekend.
Well, they did the same thing with the entire Star Wars series too.
Fucking Star Wars.
Hey,
speaking of, how do you like them prequels now, bitches?
I
go back and watch the prequels. They're actually pretty good comparatively.
Hey, I grew up with the prequels, so whenever anyone shits on them, I get mad anyway. But that now they do look good. So although I'm crushed that Natalie Portman has turned into such an SJW herself, because she was kind of my crush back in the day. But
hey, I'll tell you what, that scene with her in front of the fire with that little leather dress on, it was like, Arr.
yeah, with with Hayden Christensen acting a bit like Nathan Slattery Bear there. So yeah. So, okay, I let's see. Did this finally download here? Yes, I think it did.
See, I think it's still going to go through the PC audio, and I'm not going to hear PC audio through Skype.
All right. Well, if need be, I will yank out my
Yeah, but we can double audio it. They'll be all right with that, and then we'll figure out the other as we go forward.
All right. Let's see here. So this is
Yeah, dude. Turpentine killing parasites will make you not gay anymore.
Oh, was it Apex?
potentially.
I don't even pay attention.
My turpentine's coming.
How is Turpentine good though? It's
Can
not
you-
good to breathe. I'm not.
Can you hear that or nah?
No.
All right. All right. Screw it. Let's go with the headphones. Or I'll go with that.
Sorry for the double audio, everybody.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Now I can't hear you. Now for some reason I can't hear you. All right. Let me change my audio setting here.
HyperX Quadcast.
Sorry, folks. We're
wing shit.
okay. Okay, I can hear you now. So,
Damn it, Sammy!
I can hear you now. As long as you can hear me, that's all that matters.
Yep, I got you.
Okay, we're good. All right, so.
Wow, hearing your voice is the only thing that matters, huh, Sam?
Oh. Well, I am a bit egotistical when it comes to. I love the sound of my own voice. So what can I say?
I'm just here to be the pretty face, sir.
Let me see here. Echo cancellation. Okay.
Talk about Turpentine, but I'm not here to talk about Turpentine.
There we go.
I'm not here to endlessly debate with people about water or turpentine. Self-obsession
No, you're here to
in
say
any
everybody
way
yes.
is feminine. Not detoxing isn't feminine, nutrition isn't feminine.
You're right, Owen.
But people
That's all he wants to hear.
Endlessly thinking about my own diet and then talk about it endlessly.
Endless talk of detoxing and nutrition. It is feminine, but I'm not going to endlessly talk about it. And
Guys,
debate it
it's
because there's a
feminine, but I'm
femininity to it.
totally
Don't
masculine.
get like obsessed with your like diet and stuff. That's also very gay and feminine. What I do,
If
my
you go
truth
back
with my gut health,
Well,
it's like,
long
dude,
enough, you will hear him talk endlessly about the carnivore diet,
Oh yeah,
like a woman.
yeah. That's one of the most hilarious things. I have a question for you here in a sec, but we'll get to. Oh wait, I have a specific question on one clip for you
I'm out.
that I want your theory on.
You can see how people get too obsessed with their own diet, and then it's an odd narcissism that can overtake you when you're just obsessed with killing your gut parasites. So I'm not going to go down that road. I saw the ticket. Where I could just fire up the live stream every day and go into great depth as to what I'm currently consuming and what I think it's going to do.
But then
for me,
everybody
'cause
makes
I'm a
fun of me,
special boy,
guys.
and I deserve
So
the
I'm not
best.
gonna.
I'm not going to like ladle that too much because there is an element of narcissism in me constantly thinking about what I'm eating and what is going on in my own gut and thinking everyone else is really interested in it. I'm just going to not do that.
Yeah, some call distilled water, turpentine. People call me crazy. Yeah, it jacked up my IQ.
So did he?
See,
Did he just call? He just said that turpentine is the same as like distilled water. What? The fuck?
no. If because I watched a couple clips on this. If you watch it, somebody made the mention that there was this little fight that was created, and I have no question that it was a gamma that brought up the question, but somebody said, what about mineral waters, and distilled water is the best, and then everybody in the chat started getting in a fight about distilled versus minerals and stuff like that, and so that's where he got off on the water thing, but yeah, it's it's just, I'm not going to talk about my setup, guys. Okay, so you don't talk
For
about your
20 points.
rainwater collection. All right.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm the crazy one. Okay.
Yes.
Goat
well,
milk. Yeah, yeah, I'm the
Just
crazy
simply
one
yes.
for jacking up my power level a few notches.
so wait, he also thinks that drinking turpentine is jacking up his IQ level, apparently.
Okay, well, that's a joke. But let's go down to this Jennifer girl. So there's this doctor. I've done some research on this doctor, and I cannot find the only thing I could find of how she lost her medical license was that she refused to produce the paperwork that they had requested that she produce. So in the medical industry, because I work in the medical industry, I work in health information management as a data analyst. And in health information management, you have to provide documentation for everything you did. So I live in Texas, so THHS, with Texas Health and Human Services, will come in and they will request information regarding coding that we've done, that we've sent through for charges, and they will basically request that we give them the documentation. So the rule in health information management is that if there is no documentation for a procedure, then the procedure didn't happen. So usually when they suspend your medical license for not providing proper documentation, it's because you coded information and then refused to provide the documentation for said information. So the only thing I could find on this lady of why she had her medical license suspended was because that she refused to provide documentation. Now, she was saying that she was helping people with alternative treatments, and that's why they suspended her license. But why would you suspend it on the basis of not providing requested medical data if it was that she wasn't sending enough people to specialists or surgery or something like that? And then the way she lost her medical license was she was working under a doctor that did not know that her medical license had been suspended. So anything you really look at is her account of the situation where she was saying, I wasn't referring enough patients to have medical procedures. But that doesn't have anything to do with refusing to provide documentation. So something right off the bat with this lady is not right. Because her account of things and the actual reason that her medical license was suspended and she subsequently lost her license has nothing to do with what type of treatment she was providing. It has everything to do with the fact that she was not providing accurate medical records for what she was coding. And on top of that, she was working for a doctor and did not tell that doctor that she was suspended.
Uh, yeah. So in other words, the entire medical industry is run by gammas in Owen's terms. So, so
Yeah, gammas.
by the way, real quick, two Streamlabs donations. Fat Keck Boy, $6. Congratulations on getting 600 subs. Enjoy the
Oh,
6.
nice. You got 600. Congratulations,
I
sir. Is it
I
your birthday?
I got 600 subs after having Johnny on last week. So thanks, Johnny. Very cool. And then I think Sawson also donated, but I can't find. I think maybe she PayPal'd me directly, but I can't get into. Guys, I can't get into PayPal right now.
Guys, it's the Grabblers. They're not letting me get into PayPal.
Oh, jeez, you know it's bad. You know it's bad when the fake Owen impressionists are better than the actual Owen.
You
So
know, I honestly wish that Owen was big enough to where YouTube would actually respond to some of the stuff he was saying, because I would love for Susan to come out and go, we didn't ban his channel. He hit it. I would love that.
I wish Owen was big enough to the point where Saturday Night Live would actually satire him or.
Yeah, but then it would be sucky. I'm okay with Royce being the one, or with Merch being the one to satire him.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't even know who the hell is tall enough in Hollywood to play Owen now. Or
I would I
or
would
goofy
put
enough.
who's that dude that he can't stand, the young guy, the one that does the Chad videos. What is his name? The one that dated Ariana Grande.
Oh, wait. Justin Bieber's not tall enough to be a O.
No, 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 no. The kid that he only plays himself. He did the Chad like, okay. Yeah.
Oh, that kid.
The
Yeah,
one that Owen always talks about.
I can't think of that kid's name either.
I would put him on stilts and have him play Owen. Just for the hell of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I will give him props for dating Ariana Grande, even though I think her music is atrocious. So, um, the,
Pete Davidson. That's right. I'm
oh
not a,
yeah, Pete Davidson.
if you have to say I'm not a gamma, then you're definitely a gamma.
So,
Once you understand that gamma is a container that you were put in to apply values that don't necessarily apply to you, then it's to make you nameless and faceless. So Vox is a fucking moron.
Vox's whole socio sexual uh hierarchy thing is moronic, and this is kind of something that pisses me off about the conservative movement, quote unquote. These days is, why are we entrusting the movement to Vox, who believes in sociosexual
Well, look at
hierarchy,
his sub count and his active users, and you'll see that we're not.
which is the it's the exact opposite of what America stands for. So
Evil Eric is absolutely correct. If you say the word gamma, you're a gamma.
well, I'm an alpha, so that must make me an alpha. So,
Yeah, but do you crush puss?
uh, yeah. Compare compared to you, Owen. So actually, compared. I don't even want to know what Vox is into. So never mind that.
Yeah, we saw him with the little rainbow skirt.
Oh yeah,
Look at me, I'm a ballerina, guys.
and his wife, who's called Space Bunny. So right. Anyway, let's go back to Mr. High Q here.
Yeah, no, not the gay guy whacking off to pornos and criticizing me behind a computer screen. No, it's this guy. If the banking elite isn't arrested, drink a lot of vinegar and kill the parasites in your gut. Because that stuff you have control over, and you
Well,
can
vinegar
actually
kills the
help your
parasites
life.
in your
You
gut.
mean
Why
my
are you
wife read about a
drinking
man who ate
turpentine?
a worming
What does vinegar have to do with the baking elite too? So, like,
Well, I like how he was like, guys, I'm not telling you to drink turpentine. And then the last clip I saw, he was like, yeah, that's right. After somebody was like, I drink turpentine, I feel great. That's right. That's why everybody should drink turpentine. It's like, damn, dude. Like, do you not remember what you said 3 days ago?
so yeah.
foot and cured himself of cancer. Yeah, man, there's a lot going on in the biome. They've accomplished a lot with the breakdown of family and the Luciferian agenda and all that. But see, the thing is, it's like gut biome. A lot of them don't even know what they're doing. They're just. I see it as an addiction to rap.
It's funny
I
that
see it
he
as,
just
like,
figured
literally,
out
like,
this gut flora shit. This stuff's been going around for years. There's a German lady who has dealt very specifically in regards to autism, because my spirit animal's autistic. She's amazing. She's my whole world, and so I did a lot of studying on proteins and how to change the gut biome and healthy bacteria versus unhealthy bacteria and what sugar does and all that stuff. So some of what he's saying is true, but that's classic Owen. Owen will be anywhere between 10 to 50% true, and then the rest will be just crazy shit that he ripped off from somebody on the internet.
Well, listen. In regards to alternative health, I am probably the number one proponent of that, just because, as someone who has cerebral palsy and a physical disability, look, what most of Western medicine sucks, and I wouldn't be where I am if I strictly relied on that.
Well,
having
The GAPS diet's legit. Like if you look into the GAPS diet, if you really, really, really do want to get good gut health, look into the GAPS diet. It's weaning you off of the shit that we eat, specifically carbs and sugar and stuff like that, and putting you into a position to where you do get healthy gut flora. So some of what he's saying is true. But the problem with turpentine is when you ingest turpentine outside of the fact that it's fucking paint thinner, Jesus Christ. But when you ingest it, yes, does it kill the unhealthy flora in your system? Does it kill the unhealthy bacteria? Yes, it absolutely does. But it fucking kills the healthy shit too. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's the whole that's the whole thing. And look, I actually, if you guys do want a health tip here, I will give everyone some free advice. Drink apple cider vinegar if you have canker sores, and it gets rid of them. So, but cut it with water though, because otherwise.
I'm going to be honest. I would rather have canker sores than drink any type of vinegar. I'm just going to go on record as saying that.
It's painful, but it gets rid of them.
If I drink it with sugar cubes, is it better?
Yeah. I think it helps.
Does it draw out those evil little gamma cuck bacteria and get them to die?
Yeah. It draws the gravelers from my guys. It gets rid of the gravelers from inside my jaw lining. So,
Ooh, Ron Stone's here.
So also major victory goes. You don't drink paint. You sniff it.
Hey, Aaron, if you want to see cankles, go to Ohio. I went to Ohio once, and everyone, like nobody has ankles. Like there are no ankles in Ohio. And if you live in Ohio, start looking around. No one has ankles. It's really weird. And all of the houses are boxes, just rectangles and squares. It's really weird. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I've actually never been to Ohio, but it's but yeah. Now that you think about it, everyone I've met who's from Ohio, they don't have cane.
Nobody has ankles in Ohio. It's weird.
That's how Florida is starting to get here too.
Just saying is saying acid works as long as you use it with sugar cubes.
Oh, so white sugar cubes too, right? Because
I mean everything white's better, as Owen regularly says. Come on now.
My Chinese acupuncturist would tell Owen differently, but anyway. Okay.
With some white sugar, draws out the parasites, kills the parasites. And then there's this product out of Russia that's all silica that will draw the dead body parasites to them and get rid of all the heavy metals in your body.
So here's the question that needs to be asked with Owen. What are the parasites? Like what parasites have you expelled from your body?
Guys, it's the gay ones. So
guys, they're all homosexual. The question is specifically the parasites that your body has expelled, since you're absolutely certain that you have expelled parasites. What type of parasites did you specifically expel? Well, the doctor said it was all mucus, but I'm telling you, they're a part of the industrial complex that runs the medical industry, guys.
Oh, jeez.
Just say it. What specifically did you expel? Because I hear a lot of people online saying they expel parasites, but I have yet to see one person say, I took this literal shit to the doctor and they looked at the parasites and it was this specific type of parasite. Never heard anybody talk about that.
Yeah, Critter Me Timbers goes, I wondered I wondered if Owen was still alive. Oh yeah, Critter, he's still alive. Evil Eric, Evil Eric wants to. No, we kind of covered this. Why didn't Simba leave the Bears when the false accusations were
Because
made?
when the accusations came out, Eric, I didn't believe they were false. Because I have spent years making excuses for Owen and what he's saying. And it was on the basis of saying the guy's from Hollywood. He's used to not trusting people. So when he hears word of something, the threats that are made towards somebody who is famous versus someone who is not is extremely different. And you got to understand, and this is why I handle people who are still Bears the way I handle people who are still Bears, is you're not going to break them out of the programming by insulting them or berating them or anything. You have to have a certain amount of trust level with the people who are still Bears, and then you can show them over time. Look at this example, look at that example, but you can't just crack them over the head with a 2x4. They're not going to see it, and I know that because I wouldn't either.
So then, well, we'll get to that in a sec. I was gonna ask, how can we red pill, since you're a Matrix guy too, as am I? How can we get the Bears to take the red pill?
Well, what you have to do is you have to sit there and you have to do your thing. And occasionally you will mention things that Owen's saying when he says crazy psycho shit. And then eventually people will see it. But if somebody's solidified into the cult and you make a direct attack on them or a direct attack on Owen that is seemingly unprovoked, then they will put their walls up. But if you stand back and you just be their friend, and you just ask them questions that are directed to get them to think about what he's actually saying, then eventually they will come to the conclusion on their own. And that's the only way you get anybody to understand anything. You can't force someone to understand something. You have to provide the information, and then eventually they will see it. But you can't force somebody to see something.
What I've always tried to do with the Bears, because some of them have come on to my channel or they'll come on to my Twitter, and they'll just be like, "You're a gamma. Why?" And I'm just like, watch my non-Owen stuff. Like, just watch my show, listen to my podcast. Like, make a judgment on me for yourself. Don't listen to what Owen is saying.
Well, see, let me address what Storm of Wrenches just said. Storm of Wrenches said nobody worth rescuing is still in there. Let them burn. The thing is that there are new people in there. So I've watched some of the clips, and there are new people in there that just recently joined. There's names that I don't know, and I've only been out for 4 months, 3 months, somewhere around there. But the people that are coming in that weren't a part of the last purge, there may be some good people in there. There may not. But to write the newer people off based on the actions of going through the previous one is a little bit different. So if you look at people like, if you look at the older people, I won't mention people by name, but if you look at the older people who were close to people like me and Captain Cutler and Ty and all of them, because we were all friends. But if you look at people who are close to those people, and then those people are different because they knew what was going on. They knew me. They knew Cutler. They knew Ty. And they chose to stick with what it is that was feeding them, or because there's a couple of people that were actually pretty good friends of ours that stayed as a result of it being beneficial to what they do online. So those people, yeah, I would agree with you. But the newer people that are coming in, they were like me when I came in. When I came in, I saw everything through the lens of what he was painting because I didn't know anything else. So when you first get there, you kind of come in and everybody's being cool and you don't understand why people are being assholes. You don't know what it's like to have your shit stolen and not credited for it. You don't know what it's like to be have a group of people descend on you because of something that never even happened. You don't know any of that stuff. So the newer people that are coming in, I would disagree with you on that. But the people who have been there for a long time, that watched this shit go down, that knew me, that knew Ty, that knew Cutler, I would agree that those people are unsavable.
Yeah, I would.
Until Owen turns on them and starts stealing their shit and stuff, so on and so forth.
And I mean, like I would say, because I mean, look, I don't even, except for the clip stuff, I don't even watch much of Owen. But again, when Owen mentions any one of us, I would hope that the newer people would at least have the. I don't even want to say the brain power because that sounds a bit insulting, but I would hope they would have the discernment maybe to look at a few of the people instead of just what Owen is saying. But then again, I can.
Well, and it's very easy once you're on the outside, once you're on the other side of it. It's very easy to look back and see it differently than when you were in it, because you have a new perspective. But just remember the way you were when you first got. If you're a former bear, just remember the way you were when you first got there and the way that you saw everything, and then just understand there's a bunch of people who see it that way. That's all I'm saying.
People in the chat are saying beer is good. Yeah, I love beer. Beer is good. So
who doesn't like beer? That's weird.
So is vape. Actually, so are cigars. So anyway, let's get back.
Okay, Crowder.
No, Crowder's the pipe guy, which I'm not a metrosexual like Crowder is. So I'm not convinced that Crowder is gay, but I'm not convinced that he's straight either. I think he's in between.
I'm not convinced that he's gay, but I'm not convinced that he's straight either. That's a fantastic quote. Somebody needs to clip that out.
His wife is insanely attractive though. If you ever been,
I've seen his wife in person. She is stunning.
Yeah, and how they don't see if Owen hadn't insulted Johnny, I would have agreed with him on the whole.
He won't even put a baby in her, guys.
So Owen, are you saying I should do that or? Anyway.
People used to live to be 100, and now people live to be 60, and they turn gay. In America,
people still
food,
live to be 100.
It makes you like
just
this
saying.
Stuffed.
I love how he goes. People turn 60 and then they turn gay. That's obviously a reference to his own dad. I think.
No, if you watch the video of his dad a long time ago that he posted, his dad, there is no question that his dad was gay when he posted that video of him talking to him when he was sitting in the Lazy Boy.
Yeah.
If you didn't know his dad was gay from the moment you met him, if that video is any indication of how he speaks on a normal basis, super gay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like this stuffed meat bird. Trying to kill the things in your gut that want you to eat things that will kill you is a whole process, and it can make you,
Stop. FYI, turpentine will kill you. Don't eat it. Go ahead.
It can put you through hell. Being a baker was not good for my gut. Oh, dude, I get it. My wife.
Guys, bread's
bakes
bad
the
for
best
you.
bread
Eat
I've ever
turpentine.
had. BB, your gut parasites are definitely dying right now. I love the aggression. Yeah, no, it's legit. Jack Parsons was a full-blown
Hey, if you
witch.
drink napalm, it'll kill your gut flora
They
too.
claimed that he was summoning demons. This is how they claimed they were summoning demons, by the way. Here's one of the things. They used gut parasites and mold, and they fed them a special alchemical thing, and they grew into like little gremlins. I think that there is some of these like little demon creatures that they talk about is parasites and mold that are fed a lot, and they literally grow. Oh yeah, fungi gnomes, dude. They really believe.
I will say this, Owen is a fantastic like impromptu storyteller storyteller though, just like pulling whatever comes to his mind and making stories like it's
Oh, wait a minute. Go back up on the chat real quick.
okay. Let's see.
Just one. Scott Wagner. I never disavowed Owen because I never avowed Owen, but I appreciate the that stream was important for me because I wanted to show that I was a part of that group and then I was no longer. So I didn't want to make that stream something that was attacking something. I wanted it to show that I was a part of that and I am no longer a part of that for this very specific reason. I didn't want it to seem disrespectful or anything like that. I wanted to, if I were going to go out, I wanted to go out in a way that was respectful to what I loved about the channel that I was watching. But I have a real serious issue with this avow disavow thing because it's the fucking internet. And if I make a vow to somebody, that is going to be my children or my wife or something like that. That is not going to be some random face on the internet.
Ray says Ray says there's feedback echo. Yeah, sorry about that. Ray.
Yeah, so I can hear the audio. I kind of forced that to happen because until we figure out how to get desktop audio through Skype, it's going to be that way.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Guys, don't donate to Sam.
Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not too unbearable though, Ray. So
unbearable.
But by the way, that whole thing now where he thinks that like Tucker is watching him and that and that like even President Trump is like a secret bear. That's
called narcissism.
Part of me is like that's got to be narcissism, but then like part of me is like nah, he's got to be doing a bit, but I don't know.
No, that was hearing it and saying, "Oh, he's using my terminology, so therefore he watches." And who knows, he may. But specifically Tucker using the word what did he use? Tucker used unauthorized. Just using no, I'm still not banned, Apex. You can't ban somebody who refuses to talk in DLive. So no, I decided I was no longer listening, and I actually have as my donation sound on my Streamlabs. It goes, "I don't hate Semper," because somebody asked him. They're like, "So you hate Semper now?" And he's like, "No, I don't hate Semper." So no, I wasn't banned. I walked away, and I was in conjunction because I was friends with Captain Cutler, and I'm friends with Ty. I actually have Ty's cell number, and we text back and forth. But yeah, I decided that I was no longer going to just simply watch him in the realm of just watching his stream, and word got back to him that I was no longer watching his stream, and that's when he did all this stuff on me online. I'm like, really, the first time you're really going to showcase me is when I decide I'm not watching you.
Wow.
Oh, you're a dick.
Yeah. Well, he's probably, and I'm not saying this to be egotistical, but he is. Even though you're a smaller streamer, he's probably jealous of you. And
well, I was the biggest streamer at the time. Guys, he wants to just be just like me. I'm like, dude, I'm 42 years old, and I've been preaching since I was 18 years old. And my streams are exactly how I preach. So if anyone's trying to be like somebody else, it's you, because I'm older than you and been doing that longer than you. So there you go.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He's ripping the smaller streamers off. So I mean,
Well, that's one of the things that drew me to him is our speaking style is similar, our mannerisms are similar when we speak and stuff like that. So I actually like the way he speaks. But yeah, it the fact that he addressed me by name after the fact was ridiculous. So
yeah, and by the way, guys, I want to address something real quick too because some people are asking, is this Semperfish? No, uh, Semperfish is a
well, let me clear that up because Simperfish actually was a part of my channel. And he may still be after everybody changed their name. I don't know. But Semperfish was a part of my channel. He's former military. And he, when Alan came down on me, he went pretty hard. I actually told him, I was like, dude, I don't think this guy is what I think he is. Don't attack him. Leave him alone. And he didn't listen to me. But no, I am not Semperfish.
I actually
He's a former Marine too.
I actually have to apologize to you on that, Semper, because I thought that because Semper came over to my channel and started harassing me, and I thought that Semper was you, so I may have called you a prick once or twice on my
That's all right. I'm
stream
divorced. You wouldn't be the first person to call me a prick.
stream one, but you know, we're friends now, so all is forgiven, and welcome to the DZ too. By the way, everyone who is no longer associated with Owen is automatically DZ now too.
See, I'm not anti Owen. I just think he's fucking hilarious now. I like to listen to I love the stuff that Alan and Johnny put up. I just laugh my ass off at it. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, but again, you might not be anti.
Yeah, except I'm sorry. Hold on, Apex. Never got out of MEPS, and I'm pretty sure that you had a large part to do with proving that. But you kind of got to get out of MEPS before you can be a Marine. But yes, Nimmer was a former Marine.
Real quick. So you are actually a Marine then too.
No, yeah, I was 0311, which is a rifleman in the Marine Corps. I was 3-1 Lima Company. That's I fired this guy at a combined arms exercise in 29 Palms. Yeah, I was. I have a combat. I have a Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal, which makes me a combat vet. But I tell people very specifically, I never took rounds. I was out there in '98 guarding the neutral zones when they were bombing, because they wouldn't let the weapons inspectors in. Because I was on a Westpac and we were about 2 hours from Australia when they turned our asses around and sent us to Kuwait. So. That is the history of my military. But it was prior to 9/11. I got out in January of 2001, and then I was in college in the Commons area watching the towers fall. And then several of my buddies got recalled. The guy that I named Homemade Ramen after, which is my second son, he was named after the guy who was put on a ship that was guarding the USS Cole. He was a scout sniper. So that is my military history.
Well, thank you for your service, sir. That is one thing that, folks, if you're not familiar with,
they say every Marine is a rifleman, but that's bullshit. When you're a pogue, you go to the range about once a year, and I was a line sergeant for. I was a platoon sergeant when I was EAS non-deployable. I was a platoon sergeant for the Perso unit for our battalion, and I would have to go when they went to range day. I was the platoon or the line sergeant for the range, and they don't know shit about weapons. Pogues are flying and not lubing their weapons, and it was awful. So no, every Marine is not a rifleman.
And I'm militarily illiterate when it comes to some of that stuff. Although my grandfather was in the chair force at one point too. So
nice. Look at Owen Benjamin highlights. He's a Star Trek fan, or she.
Yeah, neutral zone. Those damn Romulans. Let's see.
Marine Corps is a department of the Navy. They're not sailors, but we do share a budget with those fools.
Sam, ask him about Jody. Why, Alan?
Jody's the girlfriend of every Marine. There's a lot of cadence songs that use the word Jody. Jody
right.
is the average name of some fat barracks rat, little white girl from San Bernardino that comes down and just is basically a boot whore.
All right, works for me. So, yeah, and to think that you went from being a Marine to being stuck with us gammas. So, wow.
But I love you, Gammas. Jeez.
Well, we love you too.
I'm a Gamma now too, sir.
Gosh, you know who Owen reminds me of. His voice actually reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite a bit. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but
I need some chapstick. My lips hurt real bad.
Guys, give me your tots.
These are my tots. Get your own tots. God.
Yeah. Get your own turpentine. God.
Don't be mad because I'm on the internet talking to hot chicks all day.
I feel like that would be Coddington. I feel like that would be Coddington.
Coddington runs that show, just so you know.
What? Well, I have a bunch more questions, but let's continue on.
Anything Owen knows about
Jason
your
and Crow
average
just
run
did
of the
a
mill
recent,
bear is told to him by Coddington.
Stream with a dude talking all about what we've been talking about here. I don't know if he's quite ready to address Turpentine being legit. I've been getting a lot of emails. People are like, Big Bear.
Wait, so Saucin, are you asking what my Instagram name is? It's at SamDeBear_NDC. So guys, the chat's going too fast. No, you guys are fine.
How dare you? You're poisoning yourself with turpentine.
How dare you?
Dude, a teaspoon of turpentine is an ancient remedy. A lot of blue zones in China have been doing it, and they live to be like 130. What recommendations do you guys have for gut health? Because you guys know a lot about this, and I've been on this.
Show me one person who's even close to 130. Please, I beg you.
I would like to point out too that he's praising China for this the same month that the whole entire country is coming down with bat plague too.
If somebody in China is 130, I'm going to show you a government who's lying through propaganda to say somebody's 130. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Crazy kick to kill the parasites, because in my mind that David
I'm not lying. I'm just
Archon
stupid.
thing never made much sense to me. I reacted very similar to you, Crow, where it was like, I've never seen one, but it makes sense to me when dealing with gut parasites that feed on wrath, pride, vanity, all the deadly sins. They almost are trying to convince you to excrete these different hormones that end up killing you,
If you
So wait, you excrete.
Well, there is actually a parasite who will affect the brain of its host to get it to do stupid things to get eaten by a predator, so that parasite can then infect the predator. That's like a real thing. Johnny, welcome.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does Owen have syphilis? That's the only parasite I can think of that
But again, remember, we live in a first world nation to where you can go and actually find out what parasites you have by submitting a stool sample, because parasites lay eggs, and those eggs come out in the stool in an attempt to get other people affected. And so if you do have a parasite, you can detect that through your stool. You don't need to drink paint thinner.
Well, Owen just needs to submit all 6'1" feet of himself, because
I'm just saying, just answer my one question, Owen. What parasites are you confirmed to have? Now that you're ejecting those parasites from your body, have you taken them to a pathologist to find out what type of parasite it is?
Semper,
I would like to know that.
Semper, I already know what parasites I have.
You're a fucking camel.
Semper, Semper, I already know. I already know which parasites I have. They're the gay ones.
You'll hear it. Rogan won't ever say my name, guys, because he's a bitch. Yet he won't ever say my name. I'm just saying. Nor other people's. He won't say Johnny's name. He won't say Alan's name. He won't say Ty's name. He won't say any of their names.
Yeah, no.
So, it's no different than the people who persona non grata him.
Yeah. Okay, so now in this clip, Owen's talking to another crazy guy. In the health community. So this is always fun when Owen talks to other crazies.
I'm gonna die, Johnny. Drink it. 9/11 idea. You, but I implore you. I like your videos, so stop drinking Turpentine.
The real liars, the real Satanists, they don't even feel it. All they do is operate based on their bad gut biomes. They're just gone. They're just operating on this very low, very primitive vibration of just feeding their gut worms. I have this feeling, this gut, and I trust my gut. I've drank enough turpentine in my life.
Trust my gut,
Take
but I'm
off
going
your
to kill
damn
it with
diapers.
turpentine.
Quit being a scared little kid in a closet that's worried that some magical coronavirus is going to come kill you and your family, and be a damn adult.
Some guy who's in the alt health community with him and who's like also endorsing that turpentine is a good idea. I don't know. By the way, Johnny,
some guy that he's ripped off but said I'll have you on.
Yeah, and by the way, Johnny, if you do end up drinking turpentine, can you please leave your dog in your will and give him to me? I'll take real good care of him. So.
I'm shitting worms that look suspiciously like mucus, guys.
Oh.
It's totally not the lining of my stomach wall. It's totally worms. I'm not going to die of renal failure, guys, because the kidney doesn't process turpentine.
Oh, geez. So...
There's no way my pancreas is having to go into overload trying to process this. There's no way my liver's going to have to deal with this like alcohol.
Oh, that may be why he's drinking.
Because I don't drink alcohol, guys, even though I pull out something that looks specifically like a beer stein and talk about how on special occasions I'm going to drink with my buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It won't tell you how to get around this stuff, how to cleanse your own gut, how to research what really happened in history. I'm all about the nutrition gravy. That's my new focus lately. NASA gets a little gay. I'm like, yeah, they're liars.
You get a little gay sometimes, Owen. Actually, you get...
NASA's liars until I need to use their data to justify flat Earth, guys.
Semper, can I ask, who's gayer, Freddie Mercury or Owen?
Well, Freddie Mercury is actually copped to having sex with guys, so I got to go with him.
Nah, I think it's I think the closet homos is what gay. I would say that Owen is on par probably with Milo. So at this point,
so lately it's been all about gut parasites and the rewriting of history. Turpentine, a little bit of that extreme shit. Dude, there's an argument that some really strong tequila is actually good for your gut. Where like back in the day, people would have
Turpentine's just like drinking tequila,
I'm not recommending
guys.
it, but Michelob Ultra, I didn't see that. Great call. Oh, dude, MK Ultra. Be fruitful and
I was actually drinking a Michelob when I watched this clip. And
Except there's no K in Michelob.
Right, but right. So there's that. But then I was also thinking, I'm like, wow, I'm not even getting buzzed off this beer. How am I going to get MK Ultra? I can't even get a buzz on from this beer. How am I supposed to get mind controlled?
No,
Why?
unless
Don't be fruity and blow
unless you're
guy,
eating stars
'cause
of
you will
death,
get
you
gut
know. But
parasites.
whatever.
I
Some
think
people
a
can
lot of that
handle it.
shit
Some
in the
people
Bible
can't.
and the
It's
Old
just a
Testament
thing.
about diet and sodomy and stuff. It's because they knew that if you put your dick in a man's ass, everybody died of parasites, and it gave you a disgusting little
Oh, I
personality.
lost audio.
And it's all
Oh, you lost audio?
Oh, nope, I got it now.
becoming very apparent that that's 100% true. Sorry, Neil, my ass Tyson, but you're a liar and probably a rapist. Someone wants to know what you think about turpentine.
I've never.
I'm sorry. Some of the shit he says is just funny as shit. Every once in a while, he'll accidentally be funny. Probably a rapist.
I will admit, Owen does make me laugh. That's the whole thing. But see, Owen makes me laugh all the time, but not for the reason he thinks he makes me laugh.
No, you're supposed to make people laugh for other reasons, but shit.
Learned it, and I'm not qualified to make a call because I don't have any direct experience, so I'm just not qualified.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah, rewind.
So lately, it's been all about gut parasites and the rewriting of history. Turpentine, a little bit of that extreme shit. Dude, there's an argument that some really strong tequila is actually good for your gut. Where, like, back in the day, people would have just a little bit of moonshine or some shit. I'm not recommending it, but Michelob
You're
Ultra,
recommending
I didn't see that.
turpentine,
Great
but you're
call.
not
dude,
recommending
MK Ultra.
moonshine?
Be fruitful and multiply. Don't be fruity and blow a guy, because you will get gut parasites. I
That's
think a
what
lot
you
of that
decide
shit
to
in the
harp
Bible
on
and the Old
is
Testament about diet
moonshine.
and sodomy and stuff. It's because they knew that if you put your dick in a man's ass, everybody
What?
died of parasites, and it gave you a disgusting,
What did he
disgusting little
whisper?
personality.
Okay, so again, if you put your dick in a man's ass, it'll give you parasites.
Correct, Barbara. So dicks in your ass will put parasites in your stomach?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh. All right. Just wanted to know Owen physics here. Alan posted that video of that guy getting the turpentine enema and screaming like a little girl. That was fantastic, sir.
You've met dudes like Crow. Asking for jail. So apparently this dude that Owen is talking with is a guy named Crow, who's like another YouTuber. I don't know who.
Pro 777?
I guess I don't know.
Oh, okay. Crow 777 is who he rips off most of his conspiracy theory stuff from.
Oh.
And I think he had to acknowledge Crow 77 because people were starting to call him on it. But for a long time, he just stole his shit and passed it off as his own.
Yeah, no, you're missing the very.
I play a little game called Guess the Streamer. Anytime I hear Owen talking about a conspiracy theory, I go and I look at it and I try to guess who he ripped it off from. And it was through Crow 77, but his Paul is Dead guy, I'm pretty sure he ripped it off from like a 14, 15-year-old kid.
No
Which
way.
is like,
Owen.
which is fine. Just say his fucking name.
Owen-
put
Owen-
out his YouTube shit if you're gonna rip him off.
Owen believes in the Paul is dead conspiracy too. Of course he
Yes.
does. Of course he believes in the Paul is dead conspiracy.
Well, it just started right as I was leaving. He started the Paul is Dead thing. But yeah, he bought into it because I think Crow 777 did an interview with this kid and did like a three or four stream interview with this kid, and he totally ripped him off. I I haven't actually watched a bunch of Crow stuff, but I do play the game of who did Owen rip off. Anytime he brings out a new concept, I go and I find the person he pulled that shit from.
Tisk going. You're 40 years late to that conspiracy train. I mean, granted, I'm also somewhat of a Beatles fan, so I've been into the Paul is Dead stuff for fun for years. But what is Owen now going to get a turntable and play shit backwards now? That's what he's gonna have to do.
He'll rip off your stream.
So, well, I've got a few Lenny Bruce LPs here, so but I have no turntable. So.
Well, you have to, Laura, you have to question how much of a Christian Owen is when he very, very clearly admits that the only thing Bible-wise that he reads is children's Bibles.
That was my favorite Owen moment. What Bible do you read, Owen? The one in my living room. The children's. So.
Because it's the purest.
And it's all becoming very apparent that that's 100% true. Sorry, Neil, my ass Tyson, but you're a liar and probably a rapist.
100%.
Someone wants to know what you think about turpentine.
I've never learned it, and I'm not qualified to make a call because I don't have any direct experience, so I'm just not qualified.
Oh, sweet. I'm not telling people to drink.
So he asked Crow77, I'm guessing whoever he's talking to, what the guy thinks of turpentine, and the guy just said, I'm not qualified to talk about it. So.
Well, it's a better answer than, guys, I'm killing grabblers in my stomach. My belly has grabblers and I'm killing them, guys.
I do feel legitimately bad for Amy. She has to be walking around the house and just hearing this stuff. I mean, I don't have a girlfriend or a wife, but if I did, I'm pretty sure my ass would get, dumped or divorced. If I
Hey, I did pretty good. I went 12 years. Getting married at 19 and going 12 years, it's not too bad, right?
Yeah, not bad at all. So.
And I'm still friends with her. So even after all the custody stuff. So she's a pretty cool chick still.
Turpentine, guys. I'm not. But I will direct you to a video.
Oh my God, is he going to call somebody's name out?
So turpentine and castor oil, atom bomb for parasites. 285,000 views. Some kind of conspiracy theorist. People were sending me email like, for the love of your family,
No,
do not
he didn't
drink
call their name out,
turpentine.
but he did
It's
mention
a
how many views they have.
teaspoon
That's how you'll
organic
notice.
pine
Owen will
turpentine,
reference
not the shit you get in
a
art
creator
stores, like the
if the
good turpentine.
creator has more
It's been
clout or
used
is in a different genre than him, so he can get his name out there. That's the only time Owen will ever mention you.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'm gonna back this up. He just said that people are concerned trolling about turpentine now.
Yeah, because trolling is another way to say the word gamma. And so if you don't want to listen to somebody that is telling you something, you can clog your ears by saying, you're trolling. Guys, he's trolling me. So what's the difference between concern trolling and saying, dude, turpentine will fucking poison you? And here's all of the different accounts of people who have been poisoned.
There is no difference in Owen's mind. It's all the same.
Parasites.
In FYI, I don't FYI to any. In case you're watching this, Owen, I personally don't concern troll. I'll just troll you.
Owen's not watching this. Coddington is, and Owen will get the recap of this through Coddington.
Hi.
I always told you I was suspicious of that Semper guy.
Hi, Semper. I've been doing this talk show stuff way longer than your boss has. So, watch and learn, bucko.
I think a lot of that shit in the Bible, in the Old Testament about...
And while I'm on the topic, I don't know if if you know who Larry O'Connor is, but
no.
He's an old school Breitbart guy from back when Breitbart was alive. He's
Breitbart was relevant and decent.
yeah, when Andrew ran things. But anyway, you look and sound a lot like Lara O'Connor, so that's a compliment. So
Oh, thank you.
Diet and sodomy and stuff. It's because they knew that if you
And he's on this turpentine thing, and he's on this health kick because he watched the video of him at the range that he was at and saw that he was fat. As a former guy who was 300 pounds, I can tell you that the only time you really see that you're fat is when somebody takes a picture of you and you go, holy shit, I'm fat. And then it gets you on a kick of going to the gym and eating right and stuff like that.
or drinking turpentine, I guess.
personality. And it's all becoming very
Coddington
apparent.
is
That's
just a more
100%
sophisticated
true. Sorry,
and
Neil, my ass tight.
more well-prepared version of slattery. That's what Coddington is. Coddington is a functional human being that Nathaniel would love to be if he were not a complete and utter piece of shit.
How is Nathaniel married?
I was a fat fuck, John.
And yet, how is creepy Nathaniel married? And I'm still single. I can't figure.
Well, I don't talk about Sing Along because I like her and she was part of my channel for a very long time, and I actually feel bad for her. So I only talk about him, but I don't know. I mean, I know how he white knighted for her and got her to believe that he stood up for her. He basically, and I hate to use an Owen term, but I'm going to, and it's not turpentine or grabblers. He gammed his way into her life.
I mean, honestly, I'm not saying anything against her either. She seems nice. I just her Nathaniel school shooter bear concerns me a bit. So
school shooter bear. No, he's a piece of work, that Nathaniel guy. He quote unquote wanted to fight a Marine, which I thought was the gayest thing I've ever heard another human being say. But he decided he wanted to pick a fight with me for the sole reason of the fact that nobody criticizes me. Which I went, do you really want to do this? And he was like, yeah, I want to do it. And so I kind of stood back and observed for a little while. And then I was like, all right, dude, I'll say your name on stream and we'll see what happens. Cause he got really mad that I didn't say his name on stream. So I said his name on stream. And then as I thought would happen, all of the wonderful, wonderful people that are part of my stream picked it up and started just absolutely slaying him. So, and very well done. Alan is a Nathaniel Slattery Jedi, and just absolutely eviscerated him.
Alan is the ultimate troll.
Hey, let me be very clear, just because Alan's here. Let me be very clear, Alan. That work of art you put together, the profile of a gamma, was fucking amazing. Just, I mean, it could not have been more well done. So, bravo, sir.
Yeah, and by the way, I don't want to fight any Marines because I'm pretty sure that any Marine could break my neck and like.
Well, not any. There's a lot of Marines. Like if you live in Oceanside, or I can't speak for the East Coast because I was only on the West Coast. But if you live in Oceanside, you don't have a whole lot of respect for Marines because there's a lot of stupid ass boots out there. Just being a Marine doesn't mean that you can kick someone's ass, but. I wouldn't mess with grunts who are Marines. Like I was a mount trainer. When I was right after we got off at deployment, they sent me to the Mount Town to help train the LAPD, and so I can clear a building and defend a building. But you know, your average run of the mill personnel Marine is not going to be able to do the same thing that somebody who's in a grunt, 03 anything is going to be able to do. So just FYI.
Yeah, I would much. I would. Well, I'm not sure I would want to fight like an actual bear either, because.
Because you don't like calling people gammas?
Well, no, because like an actual fucking grizzly will fucking maul me and then.
Oh, an actual bear, not one that. You're just a grappler. Oh shit! Run away. Log off the internet.
Oh yeah. Well, no. When it comes to those bears, let me just say this: when it comes to Owen's bears, I'm a can of bear mace. So.
Yeah, no. Alan said I've lived next to Pendleton and marched for a few decades. Semper is not lying. No, it's not. If you go to Oceanside, the view on Marines and Oceansides is pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
But you're
because you have guys
probably
walking out in their
rapist.
go fasters with jeans and their shirts tucked in. They got collared shirts tucked in with a belt. It's with their high regs, and it's just funny.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. What's Fat Bear saying now?
Someone wants to know what you think about turpentine.
I've never learned it, and I'm not qualified to make a call because I don't have any direct experience, so I'm just not qualified.
Oh, sweet. I'm not telling people to drink turpentine, guys. I'm not.
Oh, hold
But I
on, pause
will
it. So whoever made that meme, that is Krasinski looking through the blinds from The Office, that says, watching the guy who accused other people of trying to poison himself was fucking brilliant.
Oh yeah. Shout
That
out.
was amazing.
Shout out to whoever did that. OJ's White Bronco goes, apple cider. Guys, apple cider isn't alcoholic. I know OJ's White Bronco. That's my least favorite type of apple cider, is the non-alcoholic stuff.
Oh, Alan made it. Well, bravo, sir.
Alan is the meme master. So, I have to admit, as I mentioned before, your friend Based and I did not get along too well. So when I first met,
My friend Baston, pretty much everybody didn't get along, but that's all right.
So I met Alan.
Eric says it was him.
I met Alan.
We have a war.
I met Alan on Facebook way back in the day, and Alan and I became friends through trolling Based in the Unbearable Facebook group. So.
Alan and I met because he made a video of me doing the lowered expectations that when I first saw it, I did not think was funny and freaked out. And then I realized that Alan's not a bad dude and became friends with him. So, well, internet friends.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you're a bad dude either.
a video. Check out the Detox Dudes. So turpentine and castor oil, Adam.
The Detox Dude. So he did give him credit there.
I like that Crow's like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about with this turpentine shit. Don't lay that evil on me, Bobby.
Yeah.
For parasites. 285,000 views. Some kind of conspiracy theorist. People were sending me email like, for the love of your family, do not drink turpentine. It's a teaspoon of organic pine turpentine, not the shit you get in art stores, like the good turpentine.
I'm gonna give Owen credit for
It's
this.
been used
He fucking believes the shit he's saying about this turpentine stuff because he's fucking drinking it and he's putting his literal life on the line. Then you know, hey, at least you believe it.
traditional medicine for thousands of years. And people are like, dude, you're gonna die. You know, going through a mild turpentine cleanse, dude. There's gamma males making a. Alan Benjamin is drinking turpentine. You guys have no fucking clue what health is.
Drinking turpentine.
None. And the people making these videos are fat, soft gammas with no families, no jobs. Nothing.
It's not so much worried about you. It's more laughing.
Look at my face. Look at my body. It's getting harder if you do get any turpentine, which I'm not recommending necessarily. Make sure it's organic pine. My hair is thicker, and it's not because of turpentine.
Don't buy it from the art store, guys. His hair is not thicker, by the way.
And his face
as someone who is thinning, his hair is not thicker.
And his face is not bright. Well, his face is not like fuller. It's redder, but it's not fuller.
Yeah, but I can make my face less bright just by turning off my lights. So, just saying. If I turn my overhead, if I turn my overhead off, it'll create a softer light with the stand-up lights I have, and I can make my face darker and lighter based on that.
No, Semper. It's the magic of turpentine.
Turpentine.
He's making his face brighter. What you have to understand is. Turpentine.
Oh, are you going Fox on me? What you don't seem to understand. Can you creak your chair when you say that, please?
What? Oh, also I have to.
I need creaking to intensify when you use that phrase. There we go.
I can creak my desk kind of, but.
I'm not cool enough to have creaking chairs.
Neither am I. I'm too much of a millennial to have a creaking chair.
Focusing now on not filling my body with shit. I'm trying to starve parasites. Oh, Big Bear, you cried. I've cried being emotional about missing family, about a dead friend.
About your taxes.
When I was doing gut parasite detoxing and stuff. I'm not a crier, guys. A Jewish girl can give you herpes. Not a big deal. Scrub it off. Be a man. Throw some turpentine on that ween of yours. That's one thing to watch out when you're dating Jewish women.
I don't need you guys, but please don't leave.
Also, I would not recommend sticking your dick in turpentine either.
Is somebody recommending that?
Let me back this up a sec. It's hilarious.
Did he say that?
Yep.
Gut parasite detoxing and stuff. I'm not a crier, guys. A Jewish girl can give you herpes. Not a big deal. Scrub it off. Be a man. Throw some turpentine on that ween of yours. That's one thing to watch out when you're dating Jewish women. It's not herpes. You can scrub it off with a little turpentine. Just remember, not the turpentine.
If he seriously stick your dick in
spirits.
turpentine,
It's just
if
pine
he
gum.
seriously made that comment, I would put it as my dono comment.
Yep.
Did you know organic turpentine, like natural turpentine, is vastly different than the turpentine people think that it's just like, wait a minute, you drink turpentine? No, it's not that.
No, the funny thing is that we are talking about pine oil. We're not talking about the actual, paint thinner that you would. That's the funny thing, is that everybody literally is talking about the turpentine that everybody's talking about drinking. In fact, all of the pictures that have been put up have been of pine oil and not necessarily paint stripping turpentine. So if you watch Alan's video, it's all medical grade turpentine that they're talking about. But hey, what do we know?
Medical grade turpentine. What a world.
Yeah, so medical grade turpentine, because again, I've thought about doing a stream on this, so I've done a lot of research on this. So there is a medical grade turpentine that you put on skin issues that you have that can clear it up. So if you have like a parasite on your skin, or if you have some different types of sores on your skin, you can put turpentine, that medical grade turpentine, on your skin, and it will heal it. But they don't, like rashes and stuff like that, but they don't, it literally says on the bottle, don't drink this. Don't ingest this turpentine.
Yeah, pine oil birth control, according to Major Victory.
Yeah, that's called creating a miscarriage.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy, Alan.
Different. 100%
I
pine gum
highly doubt
spirits
he's
equals
giving it to
turpentine,
his
not the
kids, and
paint
that's
thinner.
why.
Exactly. We're not stupid people.
We
I
just drink turpentine.
I disagree, Alan. I when you say you're not stupid, with all due respect, I disagree.
All right, I gotta go. Yeah, this is supposedly a day without any gravy. Turpentine, guys. I know people have been making fun of me about turpentine.
What is? Oh, I think you explained this to me already, Semper. But gravy is his word for knowledge, right?
Yeah, so basically there was a point at which biscuits were brought up at some point in a stream, and he was like, "I'll put gravy on those biscuits," and it became a thing. So basically, ladles of gravy. Anytime he mentions gravy, he's talking about good knowledge that you don't get everywhere else. So
Um,
just anytime you hear the word gravy, think I'm pouring knowledge all over you. So, uh, Motley Crue's "Pour Some Sugar on Me" is "Pour Gravy on Me" is imparting knowledge that you don't currently have. So gravy tends to be considered as sustenance. So if you're pouring gravy on you, I'm pouring knowledge that contains sustenance.
that okay?
And we all know white gravy makes everything better.
What's
Or it could be cum, Alan. It's either one.
what? Well, for Owen, it could be the same thing, Alan. You never know. So,
Guys, gravy doesn't equal semen.
uh,
That's just a gambit that said that.
what about Saloon?
Okay, so when he moved to D Live, uh, he saw something somewhere that was like, you're in the wrong saloon, pal. And so he just started saying that for people coming into his chat. So saloon equals his chat. You're in the wrong.
Oh,
It's a reference to old westerns where they say you're in the wrong saloon.
so he's larping off Doc Holiday.
Basically,
Then.
yeah, you're in a saloon that you're not welcome in. All your enemies are here. You're in the wrong saloon. We don't put up with that shit. Get out.
When is
Get.
I wish. Well, I wish Owen would just go full Jim Morrison. Although I don't even think Jim Morrison went this crazy during the height of the Doors. So.
Yeah, but Jim Morrison, he was connected, so you can't trust anything about him. Now James Morrison, on the other hand, who is a British singer who sings the blues, is amazing. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
And stuff like that in distilled water. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just dropping weight and getting healthier. My mind's clear. Someone just asked how much turpentine do I take a day?
People
None
going
now.
through chemo
I did,
drop a lot of weight too, but
I did 4
whatever.
days where every morning I did a teaspoon of pine spirits, not the shit you buy in Home Depot. I said that every podcast. And I'm not even telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I did. With some white sugar to draw out the parasites and kill them. And now I'm not. I'll probably do maybe once a month do a teaspoon. But it's not like a morning ritual. I think if you drank turpentine every morning.
Did a deer just run by him on his 5 acres of land?
Probably have a negative effect after a while. This is made from distilling pine tar. You know, pine trees?
I think that's a llama.
Oh, it's one of his llamas. Well, at least he got llamas and not alpacas. Fucking alpacas.
Or wait, no. I am illiterate when it comes to weird looking farm animals, so it might be an alpaca. I don't know.
Well, he's got several alpacas, but I remember when he got those. I was like, well, at least you didn't go with those alpaca wannabe poser llama wannabe poser alpacas. Can't trust an alpaca.
Yeah. Who knew?
But I get it. I'm not preaching turpentine, guys. I'm just letting you know what, dude. This distilled water shit is, I think, going to have a more profound effect on me than anything. And I'm encouraged by your recent discovery of pine turpentine. Gay parasite comes from sodomy. Yes. Apple cider vinegar kills parasites. Yeah, apple cider kills parasites. You know, compassion for the devil. It's the best way to understand.
Well, then why not drink
it's
apple
like
cider instead of fucking turpentine?
Because then we wouldn't have that much content to
He's drinking fucking turpentine. I'm sorry.
No,
Turpentine. I don't know why my kidneys started failing, guys. This is so fucking amazing.
Oh God.
I can't wait to hear his excuse for why he's in the hospital next time. Oh Jesus!
If he makes it to the hospital, so
Nope. Liver failure and kidney failure. You have a little bit of time to get to the hospital before you die. You turn yellow. He can sing. He can have the lemon song sang for him.
Oh God. That would be a bad way to go. That would be a bad way to go. I have to
Look at the jaundice. Look how it shines for you.
Honestly, when I heard that someone was singing the lemon song in Owen's chat, I was honestly thinking what? Whoa. Sing along did a Led Zeppelin cover? I was.
That's funny, Owen. Or that's funny, Alan. Owen couldn't get an Oscar, so he went for a Darwin Award.
I was gonna be impressed, and yeah, I mean, Owen is up there for the Darwins, I think. So.
Yeah, Johnny, if you would have injected those gummies with turpentine, you could be like, I was trying to help you, Big Bear. I was trying to kill the grabblers in your belly. I know I never touched it and it came directly from the company I sent it from, but I was trying.
The funny thing is they were so this is gonna crack you up, but I guess those gummies were dick shaped, and Coddington ate those. So
Coddington and Nimmer ate them. That was when I got that what the fuck moment where I was watching Nimmer's stream back before he was outed, and I was going. He had said that he and Coddington ate the gummies, and I was like, well, if they were poison, how did you not get sick? And that's kind of when that was the very, very beginning of something's fucking wrong here. Something doesn't add up.
It all comes back to the gummies, folks. It all comes back to the gummies.
It all goes back to the gummies. That's where this all started.
But no, that's what I'm saying. Basically, Coddington eats dicks. Literally. I mean, they're gummy dicks, but they're still dicks. So.
Was it Nimmer and Artling? It may have been Nimmer and Artling.
Oh. Yeah, Arling, man, he disappeared. Arling got the shafts bad.
Yeah, I don't know what happened on the Artling side, but I know Owen's side of the story in regards to Arling.
I know.
He had an issue with the moon thing, is what Owen said.
Yeah, I think it's a bit deeper than that from what I've heard.
I guarantee you it is because what Owen said I had the issue with, it went way deeper than that.
Oh
So,
yeah.
but just remember, Owen doesn't care about anything but Owen, and to the point where he doesn't even care to investigate what it is. He sees a DM or he hears something from Coddington and he goes off of that. He hears something from somebody he trusts and he goes off of that, but he doesn't have time to actually investigate it. Because if he would have listened to even 5 seconds of any one of my streams after he stopped listening to him to rip them off, he would absolutely know that what I was saying wasn't the case. And he referenced a set of DMs that I sent to him in regards to thanking him for addressing uh, the vaccination thing because of the spirit animal, and he completely bastardized what I'd sent. And it's because he didn't read it. It was clear that Coddington read it and relayed the information through the lens of Coddington. It was clear that he did that, but it was absolutely clear that he didn't read shit of what I sent him. And then he was like, and he begged Coddington for a retweet. And I was like, no. And I actually posted what I had sent back and forth to Coddington, which was like 3 messages of saying, hey, I appreciate you retweeting me. That's what I said. But he was like, he was begging him and Coddington just didn't answer him. And it was like, okay, guys, here's the entire set of our tweets.
Okay, Dean in the chat says chirp gummies or sugar gummies. Both are explosive.
Somebody should send him the sugar-free gummies. Those are amazing.
Honestly,
I need to repost that. I did an ASMR. I did an ASMR stream where I read the comment, the reviews for the sugar-free gummies, and it was it was hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, someone actually sent those to me as a joke. I never ate them. So.
The sugar-free gummies will give you explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. And I had known that, so I'm like, nice try. I'm not eating these. So.
But the Amazon reviews of the sugar-free gummies are fucking amazing.
Yeah. So maybe I'll eat them one day. Maybe.
Eat them on stream. Eat them on stream and then just sit there and do your whole stream and see if they kick in. I don't think they make them with that sugar substitute anymore. I'll have to reload it, Oki. A couple people have asked me to reactivate that stream, so I'll do that now that I'm not, because I can actually use my browser when I'm not streaming. It's nice.
Yeah, Johnny was his roommate for a period of time on his show twice. What? Wait, what? What, Ray? Are you talking our Johnny or a different Johnny? Yeah, let's see. Alan, I can't read that comment. So, Alan's an idiot. You can't kill Grabos with Turpentine.
You need to cast.
Oh.
It was a funny comment that can't be read on stream. That was great.
Oh yeah, and we just read it. Sorry, Susan Wojcicki. So. Let's see. Zyklon D flavored gummies.
Are there turpentine gummies? And Johnny, would you be willing to send them? Have another bout with the fake FBI? By the way, he never mentioned that the FBI was never actually involved. He just kind of let it drop. Kind of like the Croco thing. Hey, Croco, I don't think he's in here anymore, but I would like to hear an update of what horrible things are happening to you legally, i.e. nothing.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're going to find out with Croco is nothing ever happens, but they will not address that nothing is happening.
Well, I don't even think he's in business with Vox anymore. I mean, technically he is, but I mean, even Vox isn't dumb enough to be endorsing the whole Turpentine thing.
No, Vox is where everything started to go real shitty. And not from a Johnny perspective, but Vox came in right about the time that everything was dropping down, and I think he clinged to him as a result of that, and then he turned very authoritarian.
So, yeah, I mean, Vox is daddy number 6 now, I think, right?
Well, I understand why he gleams on to Vox, because Vox is giving him an avenue to be able to accept donations that doesn't adhere to any type of Patreon or something like that. So I get it, but Vox is a cancer. Vox is like turpentine. You think it's going to help you, but in the end, it's just going to destroy your kidneys and liver.
Yeah.
But remember, what kind of turpentine? Pine gum. And just remember, a teaspoon. Turpentine's legit. But if you've noticed my mental clarity,
but I'm not endorsing it.
Yeah, Turpentine's legit, but I'm not endorsing.
No. You would
Glass
never endorse turpentine.
Water all day long. So distilled water is the business. I recommend, listen, the turpentine cleanse. I'm glad I did it. I'm gonna crank it once a month just to make sure the pomegranates in my gut
just to make sure my kidneys don't have time to heal.
But cranking distilled water, it's like gut biome. It's like the universe in your gut and what they crave and what they eat and all this can bend and change and go through all these phases without you dying or sometimes even noticing.
Okay, and so this is legit if you do it from a GAPS diet standpoint, not with turpentine. But there is a gut flora, and there is an unhealthy and a healthy gut flora that causes things to pass through your stomach lining. So think of your digestive system as from your mouth to your butt is one big tube, and it's protected by a certain lining. And so if you have stuff that's passing stuff off that gets through that lining, then yes, that can cause negative effects. So again, part of what he's saying is true. But you can fix that by gradually changing the things that you eat. And I harp on the GAPS diet because if you have an autistic child or you're dealing with some type of autism, they can break out of their shell by putting them into the track for this GAPS diet. But you don't feed them fucking turpentine. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's insane. Listen, I've covered some pretty weird shit over the years on my podcast. I at one point, Semper, I thought Antifa was gonna be the weirdest thing I covered. But I never, and believe me, I'm no fan of Antifa. Like those people are fucking weirdos and domestic terrorists. That's another issue I have with Trump. He should have declared them to be domestic terrorists right away. But with that being said, I never thought I would be covering a guy who literally thinks that turpentine is good for you.
All right, I reactivated my sugar-free gummy bears ASMR streams, so just FYI. But yeah, no, it's in regards to Antifa and stuff. The problem with Antifa is they're not really doing anything except for going to places where people don't have concealed carry to cause a bunch of controversy by doing this or that. It's a way to get your people on the quote unquote right to be able to make waves and create normative phrases like domestic terrorism, like what's the other one that they did a good job of? Oh, alt-right, stuff like that. So Charlottesville would have never been a big issue. By the way, if you haven't gone and looked at the video of that guy running over that girl, you should go out and look at that video, because they were attacking that vehicle like it was a riot. And if you were inside of that vehicle, it would be very scary. That's all I'm going to say. Go watch the video of that car. But notice that they've never gone into states like Texas or anywhere that has concealed carry, because A, people are carrying, and B, they're not ready for that. So once they solidify this domestic terrorism thing, there's going to be a point at which they decide to activate something like an Antifa in a carry state, just for the sole purpose of getting somebody to pull their firearm and discharge it. And once that happens, then the news media is going to do exactly what they did to that car, and they're going to paint them as this horrible, evil person, and that's how they will start making the case for guns. But they're not going to do that until they're ready for it. But that's what Antifa is designed for.
Oh yeah,
I'm certain.
No, they're definitely. I mean, they're. And look, I think the alt-right is a big plant too. I mean, Richard Spencer came out of nowhere, so.
But just all I'm saying is just go watch that video of the guy in the car.
Oh yeah.
Watch the video of it, and you will I'm not going to give an opinion one way or the other, because we're on YouTube and you don't want to run into an issue where somebody aligns you with what the narrative is. But just go watch the video and make because I hadn't watched the video and I had taken everybody else's word for what it was, and then one day it popped up in my feed, and I actually watched it and I went, holy shit. But just go watch that video. Watch the video of the guy in the car at Charlottesville, and you make your own decision on it.
Yep. Alan said the quest to take our guns started with the NFA. Yep. Alan, you're absolutely right. So.
With the VFM.
Like, it's an interesting time, and to not be afraid, and to just ladle that gravy. No one to simmer the gravy. Do a little taste test to make sure it's not poison gravy. Forgive yourself if you were duped, and just keep crushing. Maybe I shouldn't stream when I'm killing parasites.
I need to get the full uncut video of that one where he started begging people not to leave. I need that video. Well, so if anybody has the full uncut version of that, throw it up in a Dropbox and send me the link, please. Because it's not on DLive anymore, and when I was looking for it, it wasn't on DLive. But I would be very, very interested in getting the full version of that stream.
So also, there's another Milker Nation video that dropped pretty recently. Let's see. Oh, this one is my favorite. Owen Benjamin on wizardry. This one is great.
I remember when he started using that term.
Now, Semper, I have to disclose something, that I'm a technical communications major, which translates to I know my way around marketing and mass communications.
I'm a telecommunications major, which means what I majored in doesn't exist anymore.
Which point is, you and I are both wizards.
Hey, can you DM me that link, Johnny, on either Instagram or Twitter? Please, or send it to Alan and he'll send it to me.
Yeah, or Johnny, you can send
or Sam.
You can send it to me and I'll send it. So let's see. Wizardry.
I talk the way I talk because I refuse to be a wizard on purpose. Sometimes I catch myself.
On purpose. You see that? That's what he does. I think it was Johnny that just posted a video of that recently. That he uses the I may be wrong, but I'm not lying as an excuse to to basically negate anything wrong that he says or any. It's basically not to take responsibility for the things that he says and does. That's another way that he does that.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. Like that whole "I might be wrong, but I'm not lying." That was like the one thing that even when we were friendly with Owen, that was the one thing that I was kind of like, okay, hold on here.
Well, and again, with that, you've got the 50-50 thing. 50% of that is true. Like if I'm telling you something that I passionately believe in, but it turns out to be wrong, then I can turn around and say, hey, I really thought that was true, but I was wrong. That is a somewhat noble thing. But when you're dealing with the way you treat other people, that is a way to be able to treat somebody like shit and then turn around and say, well, I was wrong. So,
yeah.
But I wasn't lying at the time. I thought you were this way, but I was wrong. So it's a way to basically not have to accept responsibility for your shortcomings, which is Owen's major problem. I don't think Owen's some, horrible. I honestly don't believe he's some CIA horrible blah 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 blah. I know a lot of people do, and that's cool if you do. But I think Owen is just somebody who is self-centered and narcissistic and doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself or his family. And I think he has major anger issues. And when he snaps on somebody, he goes off of whatever it is that people are telling him, but he doesn't actually take the time to try to understand somebody's side. In fact, he's gone as far as to say that you're gay if you use empathy, that's what women use. And so it's funny because I heard Revenge of the Sis talking about like he has no empathy. Not only does he not have empathy, he will tell you that having empathy makes you a bitch, which is a huge part of why he is the way he is.
Yeah, I mean, I loved RTC's clip the other day when they were commenting on Owen commenting on the whole Jordan Peterson thing, and
yeah, I saw it.
I mean, look, I was actually skeptical of Jordan B. Peterson when Owen was on the Jordan B. Peterson train still, simply because I had read Dennis Prager's book, Happiness is a Serious Problem, years and years and years ago, and it's essentially the same thing as 12 Rules for Life. So in my book, Peterson kind of ripped off Dennis Prager, but all that aside, Owen just gloating over, Jordan's misery and what he's gotten himself into. I mean, that was just weird. So.
Yeah, and Alan, I do think he cares about his family. I mean, I don't see anything, especially as a dad. I don't see anything that indicates otherwise. But it's just it's just one of those things where it not having empathy is a bad thing, and when it comes down, and then the thing with I saw all of the videos that you guys posted in regards to what's his name, the milker guy. What's I'm blanking on his name.
Nick
Fuentes, yeah, Nick Fuentes. With Owen doing a victory lap of how he got kicked off of YouTube, it's like, dude, like you of all people should be the one saying it's fucked up that you kicked him off of YouTube, and he didn't. And that's the other part of the problem is you are more interested in being able to get your shots in than you are standing up for what's right and wrong. So, stop standing up telling everybody you're the fucking good guy if you're willing to denigrate somebody who got the same treatment that you did, that you stood up and went, it's horrible that they're kicking me off of everything, which may or may not have happened. But don't stand there and tell everybody it's bullshit that you can't, quote unquote, make money on the internet and you have to have people send money to your P.O. box. And then when somebody gets fucking kicked off of YouTube, you stand there and go, oh, it's so ha. How do you feel now? How's that optics working for you now? And it's like, dude, you should be standing up saying this is fucked up. I don't like the guy, but this is fucked up. That's what should have been said, and that's not what was said, and it just shows character.
Well, that actually is exactly what I said on Twitter is because look, I'm not a fan of Nick either. I'm friends with some of the Turning Point USA chapter leaders who have gotten into scuffles with some of the Groypers, so they're not fans.
I was a fan with what they did on punching TPUSA in the nose. That I was a fan of. Outside of that, I don't really care for the guy that much.
Yeah, no, so I will just say this. Turning Point, I do not like their head management, Charlie and company, because a few of my close friends who were chapter leaders at one point got screwed over.
Yeah, I'm sure there's good people in TPUSA, but there's good bears. But that doesn't mean that what Owen is doing is a good thing.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. What I was saying is I think the Groypers went a little overboard at times of like targeting every individual chapter leader rather than just focusing on Turning Point. But with that being said, I do not think Nick should have been kicked off at all. That was
no, nobody should be kicked off. I'm right on board with ROTC when they say that no matter what you say, you shouldn't be kicked off.
And the fact,
period.
And the fact that JF Garayapi was bragging about that, not cool. So
yeah, bragging about it is a good way to put it because he may or may not have been actually involved in that. He may just be stealing the clout of that.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter. They're all of those people that are in that realm, the people who go on, Rogan and Crowder and all of that stuff. All of those people in that group, they're all part of the same machine. And if you deviate from that machine, just like you saw with Owen and the Moon, if you deviate from that machine, you're no longer in that group.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, getting back to the video, let me pull up my Owen Benjamin wizardry. Okay, so continuing on here.
And as Alan said, the French can't be trusted.
Yep. No, the French can't be trusted. Also, do not date French women. And
it's freedom fries.
And even more than that, do not date French Canadian women. I've made that mistake. That's not fun at all. You want a crazy chick? French Canadians. So
it really is. You say a series of words that manipulate people, put them in their own mind prison, and then you take a bunch of money from them.
Wizardry.
Wizardry. Right.
My dad.
Oh my God! Say that. I didn't see.
Oh boy.
Oh God! His lack of self-awareness is stunning.
Oh, isn't it great seeing things from the other side now?
It has been. I have to go on record and say, Nathaniel Slattery, thank you so much for being a dumbass, jealous piece of shit little ginger bitch and deciding to fucking pick a fight with me and my friends, because you did such a fucking favor to me, getting me to look at this and then ultimately being able to get him to go off on people I care about so I would separate from this. Thank you so fucking much. To Nathaniel, thank you. Fucking, you're still a stupid ass little fucking dumb, jealous little fucking bitch, but thank you so fucking much. All right, go ahead.
Also, shout out to Nerai in the chat, the man who defeated Eric Nimmer at the Battle of Roast.
At the FOIA battle.
Yeah. Yeah, that is still the most epic roast battle I've ever been witness to. So.
It is, Johnny. Yeah, no, oh, were you talking about the guy that was actually at the Phoenix thing?
No,
I didn't actually get to see any of the video of that guy calling Nimmer out at the Phoenix thing.
No, I'm not talking about Joe Bowers, although Joe Bowers is epic too. I'm talking about the guy who roasted Nimmer on stream, and
Oh, I didn't get to see that. Send me the link.
Oh, you never got to see that roast battle.
No, send me the link if you would.
I don't have the link, but it's in a vault somewhere, so I'm not even sure where it's at. So, but
teaches it. He teaches rhetoric, mass comm in college. It's literally how you trick people. The taboos they're using, I know what they're doing so well. Hollywood is the type of wood the druids would make magic wands with. That's a fact. They're a bunch of...
So my dad, he was a executive in the realm of electrical engineering. He had a master's in electrical engineering, and he spent his whole life dealing with government contracts and stuff like that. And my dad is in the electrical engineering field, is a super genius. So because my dad was a super electrical engineer, does that make me an electrical engineer? Like if my dad is let's say my dad was Carroll Shelby. Could I go up to some Mustang and just fucking soup it up because my dad was Carroll Shelby? Or would I actually have to be educated in all of that stuff to be able to do it?
Well, it depends. If you ascribe to the new Star Wars trilogy's way of thinking, then yes, absolutely.
I don't subscribe to any new Star Wars. I didn't even watch the third one because The Last Jedi was so freaking bad. So, but yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
I'll send you a link to my review video of the new one. Suffice to say, I did not like it. But people actually liked my review of it better than the actual film itself. So.
Yeah, send it to me.
Snakes. And so if you just do it back to them, they're like, oh no, he knows how to do rhetorical wizardry. Get him out of here. He's a right-wing, good-hearted wizard.
Mind fight, wizard fight. Those are called wizards. And I won't back down from wizardry.
But high IQ, you have to watch out for self-wizardry.
Would you like to see a wizard talk?
That's a wizard.
How would you describe a wizard?
I can tell you how to kill wizards.
That's another wizard. Let's take a look at this wizard. Like, what does a wizard look like?
I'll train you how to beat wizards.
Let me...
You know what this reminds me of? An 8-year-old talking about wizardry.
I know wizardry because my dad knows wizardry.
When Owen had talks about wizardry, I just think of Harry Potter, like from when I was 8. So.
Let me show you real wizardry. If you ever want to know how to make a wizard killer, just high-level wizardry.
He looks like a wizard.
This is how you kill wizards.
So this is the end of
You
the
want
wizard.
to see high-level wizardry?
That's a
you
wizard.
watch the video of Mersh live with him being live and getting him to realize that Crowder has some gay tendencies. That was amazing wizardry.
I was in ROTC that night when that happened.
I was watching it live that night too.
So.
Guys, that's what a wizard looks like.
A wizard is someone who's lying.
That's how a wizard acts.
MLK was the ultimate wizard. He would do homosexual orgies.
That's what wizards do. I can...
Wait. MLK was the ultimate wizard. He would do homosexual orgies. Again, proof of this, Owen?
Don't forget that Owen told you not to celebrate Veterans Day because of a license plate in World War One.
Whoa. When did he say that?
Last Veterans Day. That was the day I was like, okay, I'm done with this motherfucker. Because Veterans Day, as far as being a veteran, Veterans Day is the only date where people give you actual, tangible thank yous. Everybody, every other day is thank you for your service, which is weird for service people because you don't exactly know what to say back to that. It's like, you're welcome. But on Veterans Day, since I joined the Marine Corps, 20 years ago? Jesus, God, I'm that old. But since I joined the Marine Corps, I have not had to buy lunch or dinner on Veterans Day because people actually will like pony up and say, hey, we're giving free food to veterans or whatever. And that's the only day where people like legitimately, because Memorial Day is different. Memorial Day is for people who died.
Yeah.
Veterans Day is for people who are living. And so Veterans Day is the only day that people actually honestly, truly do appreciate the fact that you're a veteran. And it's not just lip service. And for him to come in and take the one day, and because of a license plate in World War One, that was kind of pre-programming. You don't screw with my free French toast breakfast on Veterans Day. That'll piss me off. But because of a license plate that was pre-programming for the death of Franz Ferdinand in World War One, he said, don't even fucking acknowledge Veterans Day. And he did a whole stream on it, and I was like, fuck you. And that was like maybe a few weeks before the Sawson thing happened. And it was just like, no, and it just, that oddly enough is the thing that got me. I was just like, no, you know what? Screw this guy.
I don't blame you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now I remember the license plate thing too. Yeah. That was, well, also, I think he was, if you want to know my theory, I think he was just bitter at all things veterans because he got screwed
How
over.
dare you, Eric? How dare you? Oh, okay, you're just kidding. Never mind. I love you, Eric.
You're going to throw Semper's French toast in the trash in Veterans Day. Well, I mean that's why we call him Evil Eric. So,
Spot wizardry, and Nick Fuentes is an up-and-coming wizard. Got him through the wizard tunnel. They can put on their wizard outfit, and people will believe it. And the never-ending, cancerous wizardry of my father. 50 years ago, another group of...
I've never heard someone talk about their daddy issues on the internet that much. So, never.
Yeah, that
wizards.
Well, that's what it's called, having daddy issues. So
put a spell on the world. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people watch and see me dramatize the revealing of a wizard's hat.
If you truly understand how easily manipulated people are and how much they just want to be loved and hear that music and be around strength and something to believe in. And
because that's the problem with wizards, is they brag. They don't follow any of the rules of life.
Wizards
They're
brag,
full of tons
huh,
of
Owen?
pride. And so they brag and brag and brag.
I watched that stream.
I still have no idea who Milker Nation is, but whoever you are, thank you so much.
It's you know what? If I were, and I'm probably wrong, but if I were just going to make a shot in the dark guess based solely off of the name, I would say it's probably Mike Maloney. But I have no evidence, nor am I sure about that. I would just say that if I were going to point to somebody who had a bone to pick with Owen that was involved with Fuentes, I would say it was Mike Maloney, which was his clips guy after Base Texan bowed out.
Well, Mike, if you want to clip the Whitfield report or whatever, my material is open. So, Let's see. Are you still good to keep on going? Or
I can go as long as you want.
Okay.
Can you give me a few minutes to refill my rum and coke?
Sure, absolutely. So,
All right. Give me just a sec. I'll be right back.
no problem. A storm of wrenches in the chat goes, the gay is coming from inside the house. Milker Nation is Amy. So. Base. Is Base Texan actually in here? Hold up. Yep, it's just me for right now, guys. Oh, and Semper's background. Turpin Coke for me. Let's see. Hold up here. Did I stick my phone behind my... Apparently I didn't. Alright, No, Semper did not die. He's back.
All right. No, I got my coke and my rum.
So, two things.
Guys, it's not as good as White Claw, but it'll do.
So,
it's not as good as 2019 Zima, but it'll do.
Lorby Dannon, I don't think we've met. To everyone who's coming over from Semper's channel, I really appreciate you guys joining me. So welcome to all the new savages here. So, let's see. I'm looking through. Let's see. Yeah, Milker Nation has the best clips. Also,
Eric asked me something. I didn't see it, so I was trying to read it and he kept moving the screen.
Let me go back here. Semper, what's your rum? Kraken? Eric wants to know what rum you have.
Oh, it's Captain Morgan Black.
Nice.
It's 100 proof. I figure if I'm going to buy rum, I might as well make it strong, right? None of that 80 shit for me.
Let's see. Bad Bear goes Zima.
Yeah, it's not 21st century Zima, but it'll do. I'm not going to throw it at my cat.
I'm obviously because you don't have a dog to throw stuff at, so.
No, but I could throw it at Sparky. He jumps up here every once in a while.
What's did the dog beating alarm you at all, or?
The what?
The dog beating with George.
I had a dog that was a pain in the ass for a long time. His name was Jake. I love that dog. But sometimes you got to get him off of him. it didn't bother me that much because I don't think it was anything that was over the top. But I can understand why people were upset about it. But yeah, I did watch the Drunken Dog Chronicles as well when he was on the back porch.
Mm-hmm. Now people are asking about Amy and is she? I don't know that much about Amy honestly. So
Yeah, I try to stay. See, I got kids and I got an ex-wife and I got people in my life that I love, and so I try to stay away from like Sing Along Bear. I will never say anything negative about Amy, Walt, Charlie, all that stuff. I try to stay away from.
I will say that the one time I interacted with Amy, she was nice.
Oh, I'm sure she is.
But I just wish she had been able to, I don't know, maybe try and talk to him about maybe looking into the gummy thing a little bit more than he did. But
well, see, I don't think she knew much, if anything, about it. I mean, and I have no evidence of that, but I mean, you can't really tell Owen anything, so I wouldn't think it's any different with Amy. So,
yep,
it is what it is. Owen is what he is, and he's on the internet and he's doing his thing. It's not Amy's job to, stop or try to talk or change anything of the way he does. I think that offline, in regards to who runs the home and stuff like that, it's very, very much different than what his online persona is. That's all I'll say about that.
Probably.
Because there's a reason she stays. So, I'm sure he treats her way differently than he appears on his stream.
Owen's gay obsession. Milk Nation. Now that you're saying it, yeah, I am thinking it's probably who you're saying, but yeah, this is my favorite Milk Nation clip from the last couple days. Owen Benjamin's gay obsession.
Throat. After I put a bunch of coke in my asshole.
No, he only feels comfortable deep inside a man's ass.
I've never done gay shit with a dude.
Is he still doing Instagram streams or
room wax?
Glenn Beck
did that
is a
stop?
sodomite.
Oh well, of course it stopped.
No,
he
banned.
deactivated his Instagram. I forgot.
Wait, no. Oh, yeah, he deactivated it. So.
Who fucks Steven Crowder?
And I remember he deactivated his
in a
Instagram
cornfield
because us gammas were vying for the #1 position afterward on Instagram. Sorry.
I don't even use Instagram Live.
No one gave a shit about Instagram and who was top on Instagram once he left. Like, he was trying to make it like Captain Cutler was vying for the #1 spot on Instagram. It's like the fucking #1 spot on Instagram. What the hell?
I'll tell you who the #1 spot on Instagram is. It's not Owen. It's not even Captain Cutler. The #1 spot on Instagram is probably some big-titted Instagram model.
No, I think it's one of those Ariana Grande types. It's a singer. It's a female singer. I can't think of it.
Of course it is.
But yeah,
Point being, it's not a dude. So.
Well, you're just talking about the bear community, like people like being the leader of the bears on Instagram is some big fucking thing. Meanwhile, you were saying Captain Cutler was doing the whole time. Captain Cutler was like, I don't give a fuck. I just think it's funny, and I want to fucking make fun of the guy.
Saucin has the #1 spot on Instagram.
Yes, Saucin has #1 spot on everything. She's my #2. Perfection's #1.
Yeah. Is there a website for farts? Probably, Black. there's a website.
Hey, people say that potty humor and fart humor and crap humor is lowbrow. But I'm sorry, still to this day, one of the best scenes in Dumb and Dumber was him going into the bathroom. So I don't care what you say, when somebody has like horrible diarrhea or farts or something like that, I die laughing every time. So say what you want about fart humor, but fart humor is amazing.
Me too. I've got to say this.
And anybody who says otherwise is controlled opposition.
Yeah. So I gotta say this, Semper. The first time I really became like a fan of your channel was when I saw your video when you did dad jokes. So, I'm a
Hey,
huge...
that chicken thing that I have as my upfront video on my YouTube, that just kind of happened, and it was the first time something like that ever happened, and it's amazing, and it was all a pun. That I didn't expect. So when I did my Instagram review back when Instagram was a thing, I would just queue up all of these different screenshots of Instagram, and it just happened to be that the chicken in the sports coop, being the chicken liking the coop as the car. And then the very next one was a CDC article on chickens, and the chicken coop that they had was just an awesome chicken coop, and that's why I put it up. But I didn't know those two screenshots were going to go side by side, and I just absolutely lost my shit on stream.
Alan goes, I only like clean comedy. Yeah, right, Bob. Yeah, right, Bobby. But by the way, Alan did this. Alan has his other.
And if you think otherwise, he'll come to your house and kill you and your family.
Alan is like a bigger persona than all of us put together. So,
Hey, Alan, I was watching live when you were going to his house and you're trying to kill him and his family. I'm just saying.
We all were. So I will say that was the one thing I fought with Merch about was Merch kind of freaked out on him a bit after that happened.
Well, and I can understand. That's what I told you. Look, some people, there's a lot of people who cross lines, and the thing is that and this is the way I explained to it when I was a bear. I was like, look. When you're in that celebrity status, you do get a lot of, like, there are stalkers, there are people. And so of course he's going to freak out about that. And of course, when you're not in that status from the Allen side, well, then, yeah, you think it's a joke and it's funny because he literally made like 5 right turns in that video. Like he was going in a circle, and it was clearly obvious he was driving in a circle. So, oh, he did kill him, but the ghost video was hilarious too. So, but he turned right like 5 times in that video. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but I did, and it was freaking funny.
I did kill him. I've been wearing his skin for 6 months. Well, I mean, but I would still say you're not as bad as Slaughter Bear, though. So.
Well, I mean, honestly, who is? He's actually not bad. He's harmless, but he decides he wants to get in these fights, and then he loses every fight he's in. But he thinks he wins. But what he doesn't realize, and I'm talking to you, Nathaniel. What you don't realize is that you lost because that was the time period that you realized that Owen doesn't give a flying fuck about you. Not a shit about you. And he's never going to. And this publishing company that you're trying to put together, he's not going to fucking promote it. He's not going to promote your books. He's not going to do shit. He doesn't, not only, in fact, he doesn't even fucking care about you enough to not like you. So just understand that you are fucking nothing to him, no matter how badly you want to be. You are not. So, sorry, go ahead. Public service announcement.
At this point, Nate is probably more to me than he is to Owen.
Owen has completely forgotten that you exist. You existed in Owen's mind as a random guy who was Sing Along Bear's husband, which is why he referred to you as that the entire time and never actually said your name. You are Sing Along Bear's husband, and you mean absolutely fucking nothing to him. And you never will. So keep trying to get his attention, because you'll never get it. But go ahead.
I'm Not a Gamma says, anyone read Vox Day's latest blog post? He claims he can beat up any woman in the world. So,
I wouldn't mind seeing him go against some of the UFC girls.
I would not mind seeing him go up against Ronda Rousey. So.
Nate is just Mr. Sing-Along Bear to Owen. That is correct. But he has this publishing company, and actually Hand Drawn Bear, who is very, very talented, is doing children's books for him and stuff like that. But even that is not going to save what he thinks he's making. So it's just he likes to throw down a bunch of threats, and every single time he threw down those threats, I kind of laughed at him.
I'm actually a published author. Granted, it's self-published, but still.
But from what I saw from all of his Gamma videos that I was looking at when Alan was doing all of his things, he tried to get Vox to publish one of his books, and Vox just said no. No. It's fun to watch Nathaniel videos when he's trying to fight with someone and getting his head kicked in. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Those nickels at him.
Either of those two butt fucking dumb
Something
fucks. Join
happened to
those
Slap
nickels in
Weasel?
the cornfield.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Somebody said Larry Rapshaw said, "What happened to Slap?" I don't know. So just so everybody knows, I've had a pretty major project at work that's been pulling a lot of my time, so I haven't been streaming regularly. So I haven't been on in a while, probably a week. I think the last time I did it was with Homemade Ramen. But I don't know. Did something happen to Slap Weasel? I don't know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Homemade Ramen is a good kid, by the way. So props to you as a dad. So
That's my middle kid. Yeah, no, he's awesome. He's amazing. So he is my authority on all things Generation Z.
So he's Gen Z.
Yeah, he's my 17-year-old. So I have a 19-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 9-year-old.
God, I feel old.
I'm super old.
I'm a millennial, and
well, my 19-year-old's a millennial, so I've got them split between the 19 and the 17-year-old.
Okay, well, at least there's still one of us in your household. But I bet even so, I bet the Zoomer loves to make fun of his older millennial brother, because the Zoomers like to give me crap for being old. So.
Well, I never thought that I would be thankful that I'm Gen Z, because nobody gives a shit about us. But nobody still gives a shit about us, and that leaves us out of this whole culture war, and I love that. It's like I get to sit back as the unknown. It's nice because you hear about boomers and you hear about millennials, but nobody ever talks about Gen Z. And it's the first time in my entire life where nobody giving a shit about me actually is a good thing. So I'm 42, Johnny. Thanks for calling me 78 years old, asshole.
Well, yeah, Johnny's a bit saucy, so Johnny's also not wearing pants right now, so.
Yeah, I told him, Random Randy, I said, look, the moment that the word "okay boomer" came out of Ben Shapiro's mouth is when that meme died. So stop saying it. But he won't. He keeps saying it. So I'm like, all right, that just makes me cooler, asshole.
Yep.
Letting Glenn Beck fuck your ass in no time.
What?
So this is a compilation.
I wanted so badly to go to that Flat Earth convention because it's in Dallas, but I just couldn't make it there. But they wanted like 200. I think the tickets were like 200 for regular and then 400 for VIP. I was like, fuck that. But then I heard they were just letting people in, but I wanted so badly to go to that, but I had other commitments. I couldn't go to it. But yeah, just him walking through that doorway reminded me of that.
Yeah, so this is a compilation of Owen just making gay comments about other gay guys. I also love the fact that the music in this is the fucking strip club music from GTA Vice City too.
I just beat Grand Theft Auto 5 today. That's how behind video games I am.
I just started. You want to know how behind in video games I am? I still have a PS3.
Oh well, Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
Wait a year and you'll have a PS5.
I just started Max Payne 3 today again.
Max Payne 3 is a good game.
The whole entire Max Payne series is awesome. So, but
that $4,000 I lost was supposed to buy a new machine for me, so I could actually, because I'm going to start several channels. I'll have like Semper Reviews and Semper Gaming and all that stuff. But I was going to get a capture card and a machine and all that stuff. And unfortunately, he raised the ceiling of write-offs from like, I think 12,000 to 18,000. And I didn't make the cut. So I was in the higher tax bracket and I got screwed on taxes. So
John Arcade goes, Semper was born before Pong, Sam.
I actually had Pong. That was my first video gaming system. I went from Pong to a Tandy 2000 and then went from a Tandy 2000 to a Nintendo.
Yeah, but in Semper's defense, Johnny, I bet my taste in music is actually older than Semper's.
You sure about that?
All my favorite bands are from the late 60s or early 70s into the
I literally sing most of the songs that I sing are all blues songs, so it's a lot of Otis Redding and like I actually have a cover of Georgia that I did karaoke version on my channel. So all my stuff is from the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Nice. Anyway, though, this is a compilation of Owen just making gay references non-stop that I love.
I feel so safe around white people, but if anyone crosses me, I'll give them a fucking Mexican necktie and pull the tongue out of their fucking throat after I put a bunch of coke in my asshole.
No, he only feels comfortable deep inside a
That was a Mexican
man's ass.
I've never done gay shit with a dude except for room wax.
Glenn Beck is a sodomite.
Hold on, pause, because I saw that. He actually made fun of the Beatles for doing a room whack, and then he admitted to doing room wax. Go ahead.
That started a whole meme here on this channel about room whacking too. So
he actually called all of the Beatles gay for room whacking,
and then admitted to room whacking.
Yeah, but hey, it's different.
No self-awareness.
In a cornfield as he throws nickels at him.
Either of those two butt-fucking dumb fucks.
Enjoy those nickels in the cornfield. You'll be letting Glenn Beck fuck your ass in no time.
That's his fake laugh, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I love how he has the same maniacal laugh as the Joker. So,
but that's his fake laugh. So basically, when he's watching his own videos and stuff like that, and he laughs in that same way. That's what I refer to him his fake laugh.
His fake laugh would be like a good supervillain laugh. Like if I were,
Yes.
yeah, like if my life were a comic book, Owen would be the supervillain to my superhero.
The hell? Oh, that's a video after his friend died, because it's totally normal for guys
Because
to get
the
naked
entire
in the room after one of their friends dies.
Yes.
I've had friends die. One of the guys, he was an 0331. He was in weapons platoon. He was the police officer that guy in San Bernardino who holed himself up in a log cabin before the police killed him. He stopped at a stoplight and opened fire on a cop car. And the guy that was in that cop car, his last name was Webb. He was one of my friends in the Marine Corps. And when he died, I did not get naked with a bunch of my Marine buddies. So just so you know.
What's the whole thing with the cornfield thing too?
Okay, so this is a little hard to follow, but there was a reference he made to throwing nickels into a cornfield, so that became gay, and so cornfields in and of themselves became gay at that point. It's kind of like dumpster pumping, except you're in a cornfield.
Yeah. One step just sent me a bit. One step.
I like that dude's videos, by the way.
Yeah, I like his videos too. I know you're watching, so thanks for tweeting that. I'll play your vid in a sec, but yeah. Owen is, for a straight guy, Owen is oddly obsessed with gay shit.
Well, there's a
like
reason
medical
for that.
community is based around anus worship.
I honestly believe that Joe Rogan is a butt-pumping pirate.
Crowder loves Ted Cruz. He probably fucks him in his ass. You know, sodomy's still illegal, Ted Cruz and Crowder. They definitely fuck each other right in their asses.
All right, unauthorized.tv.
I love how he goes.
I will give it to everybody and say that he is abnormally obsessed with fucking people in the ass. I will give that to everyone.
Yeah, well, I love how he goes from saying, Glenn Beck Ted Cruz and Steven Crowder fuck each other in the ass, to just going, sign up for unauthorized TV today. So, I mean, the transition is just, it's like what?
Seamless.
Yeah.
Seamless is the word.
Seamless. Yeah.
Seamless.
20, you should be on your second kid. I wasn't, because I was raised by a fag.
He was talking
All right,
about
unauthorized.tv. At 20, you should be on your second kid. I wasn't, because I was raised.
Uh-oh. I'm 25 and I'm not even married. I'm screwed.
You should be on like your third kid. I was on my second kid, but you're better than me, so you should be on your third kid.
Yep, I know it. So, but what can I say? I'm a gamma. So.
Guys, gammas don't have kids.
By a fag, but I was raised by a literal fag. Dude, Roseanne Barr called me a fag.
I'm such a fucking fag. Such a fag. It's like,
And it's almost like the guy whacked.
Just whacking and whacking and whacking and whacking. I want to know who put the sign in the back of his what used to be his studio. Swim, bike, run.
Yeah.
Live, laugh, love.
Backing off to gay porn because they're fags. Look at these faggots, right? Like, look at these oh my God, look at this guy.
He said the N-word like 3 times
coming
in
in
the
from a
last
hard day
couple
at
of
work.
days.
Oh, he's dropping
And
his
I'm
knees. Can you believe it? And he starts
wondering if D-Live is going to hit him for his use of the N-word, which is horribly against the D-Live terms of service.
But Semper, that's like Owen's favorite word.
Listen. If you use the N-word, it's the worst thing ever.
No, I agree. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying it's Owen's favorite word.
That's what I keep telling everybody is you will never hear him sing the "and I will respect your channel" N-word stole my bike. You will never hear him sing that again. Ever. Mark my words. He will never sing that song again. Even though he made a huge deal about it.
I never even thought it was that funny, but like it was 3 things Owen.
Well,
3 things Owen.
I was there while we wrote it.
And
it's not supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be a commentary. But he was still in New York when, and I want to emphasize, we wrote that song.
Yep.
He was a big proponent of that song, and he will never sing it again because D-Live doesn't allow it. And I am on the side of the people who believe that he may or may not have signed a contract that includes a specific amount of money to exclusively stream on D-Live. Hot take. Hashtag hot take.
Alan Powell says Semper must not drive. I drop N-bombs like Clinton Bigsby when I drive. Well, I mean, Alan did act like a literal retard to get out of a speeding ticket the other day.
I saw it on my feed. I have not watched it yet. If you want to watch it, I'm game. I'll go as long as you want to, sir.
We're gonna pull that shit up. Hey, 616 subscribers. Thanks you guys for subbing. So yeah, one of my favorite Alan bits is this character he does named Bobby Lagauche. So
AKA Alan Powell.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Is this
Alan Powell? Let me talk about Alan Powell for a second. You motherfucker stole my fucking name, you asshole. Alan Powell Reloaded? Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. That is my name, sir. I love him. No. And you can hear that fucking ginger asshole say, "Oh, he was friends," but we were internet friends. But I do love that.
Wait a sec.
He called himself Reloaded. That's what I'm talking about. Fuck you.
Hold the phone. Bobby, what the hell is this? Bobby will go shaves a dog's butt. I have not seen this.
I haven't seen this either. When did he put this up? Because Kobe's
2 hours ago.
crash was the
How's it
last one
going,
I saw.
everyone? Bobby Lagos
Look at that
here.
sexy guy.
Just gonna be showing you how we shave a dog's butt. So, what you do is you take the dog and you spin it around so you can see what you do.
You can't put that on. That'll get you
Lift the
banned.
tail,
Take the
your
asshole off the
fingertips on.
screen.
You just lightly fucking scoop the poop out of there.
Is he fingering the dog's asshole?
She's got quite the dingleberries there, so it takes a little bit of finessing.
Just shaving it. Just shaving an asshole.
You won't be very careful not to shave off the vagina.
Is he speaking English?
H-Bag, you totally should make a video on how to start acting like a bear.
You gotta stand back up there.
He's got the leash on the little thing up above and everything.
You lift up the tail. There you go.
This is
She's going to have
uncomfortable.
kind of a monkey butt because she had so many tangles in dingleberries. Now she's good to go. She can poop all day, splatter poops, and be totally fine.
This is
Thank you for watching.
horribly
That was how you shave
uncomfortable.
dog butt.
Muting. Oh.
Oh, and it just ends.
Okay, coast is clear, guys. So. Then Alan used the blades to trim his beard. Oh, he probably did. The second Bobby Lagos video. This video would probably get my channel straight. Would probably get me banned straight up, but I still find it funny.
You haven't watched the whole video, huh?
Bobby Lagos
Asshole.
explains how he got out of a speeding ticket.
I haven't watched this one.
Along singing my song, you're singing, and okay. How's it going, everyone? Bobby Lagos here, back with another quick driving video. I just want to tell you a fucking story.
Is that Australian or
So,
English?
This is the story about when I got pulled over and I acted like I had Down
It's
syndrome
Italian,
to get out
holy
of getting
shit.
a ticket. So,
New England.
I was driving through Virginia. I was going 55 in a 50-mile-an-hour zone. And I was just, cruising along, singing my song, singing doo-wop, dop-dop, doo-wop, shibba-dop-dop, doo-wop. And then all of a sudden, I see lights in my rearview mirror. So, what I do then is I wave to the cop, I say, hello, cop. And then I fucking slowly and safely signal and turn and pull over. So the cop comes up to me the window, and this is when I got the idea. I said, why am I gonna be Bobby Lagos in this scenario? Maybe I can use my personality traits to my advantages. So, I went ahead and did this. I rolled down my window, and this is what I said. Hello, officer. I'm sorry if I got a little fast, but I was listening to my music. I will promise I will turn down the music and turn off the radio, and I will drive exactly the speed limit with my cruise controller.
Ticket.
Then the fucking officer, he was looking at me so concerned, but he was like, alright, give me your license and fucking registrations, you piece of shit, and I'll fucking run you. If you come back clean, I'll let you go. How about that? And I said to him, that would be fucking amazing, sir! So the fucking officer, he lived up to his word, He ran my information. It said Bobby Lagos, clean record as fuck. Came back to the car, handed me my stuff, and said, "You have a nice fucking day." So, the lesson of today's story is that if you're ever fucking being pulled over, act like a fucking retard. You'll get out of the fucking ticket.
So if you get pulled over, act like a retard?
Exciting episode of Bobby Lagos's super fun, exciting world of mischief and wonder.
Yeah, Alan. Well, no, that's Alan's twin, Bobby Lagos.
Bobby Lagos, not Alan.
Who is from fucking Boston. So
Boston.
So let's see. What One Step just sent me a link here. Let me stop screen sharing here for a sec. Christopher Walken on meth. Good one. Okay. Okay.
Play the link that Jay dropped you, Sam.
Okay, let me go in the chat here and okay. Okay, got it. Alright. Alright, hello from the gravy. Is there a timestamp on this? Oh, okay, 1:21:30. Okay, this
Papa
is
J. Bear crushing
121.
as always. Yeah, I'm not Owen Benjamin. V3. Thank you, Papa J. Bear. V3, the third version.
Papa
Cherry
J.
juice,
Bear, that
okay.
motherfucker.
But how women will say a problem and they just want you to be there with her, and men try to fix the problem. You know, I had long, elaborate bits about that, and so I don't know how to just do that. And being around animals all the time makes it even harder for me, because I like force animals to do stuff all the time that they may not want to do, because I know they have to. I have to force.
I force all the time to make animals do what I don't want them to do. Go ahead.
That just got interesting.
Force the goat kids to drink milk sometimes, and they're like, "Nyeh," and I'm like, "You'll finish the bottle." So I have a spirit of, I don't care. I'm like, we have to get to a better place. And then women are just like, why do you have to fix everything? You know? No, I gave her a good massage. It'll be fine, but dude, hang on. Dude, get a hold of me. My wife knows all about this, seriously. Marty Leeds. Will you please email me though, just in case I can't get a hold of you, but just why didn't they laugh at gmail.com? And so male nature literally is, so what do you want me to do? And so the thing that me and Amy had an argument about yesterday was, she was like, you do so much already, I feel like I'm letting you down.
Johnny says also about his fight with Amy.
I've been doing like dishes and all the animals and all that stuff, and like, bringing in the income and everything. And I'm like, you're growing our baby. Like, I'm like, you're letting us down if you don't give me more responsibilities. Like, because the whole thing is like, tell me what to do to make the pain go away. And then a lot of women are like, just be here with me. And men are just like, how? Just sad? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, but I caught myself early with that. And so, but at first I was.
No, Owen, I have no idea.
I don't know what you're saying.
I thought I was bad. I thought I was bad with relationships, but apparently this guy is married and he's still bad at relationshiping.
Yeah. I was married. I don't know what he's saying.
I was almost acting like a coach to men. I'm just like, it's about attitude, it's about gratitude. Let's just focus on the positive. Let's get you a bad. And she's just, like, just stop. And I'm like, no, sadness is like a cancer. We can. And then I remembered, it's like women just want someone to talk to about it. And if you try to start proposing solutions when they're in a certain mood, they almost take offense to it. And this is so common. It's so common. I gave my wife a damn good massage last night. Well, if you have to brag about it, I don't think that's real. Exactly. Presence is sometimes all that's needed. Right, but men, again, and we kind of like agreed to disagree on this one. And I'm like, I know that's how you think, and this is how I think, and it's not really compatible right now, but I don't have an ability of just being down. Like, I can't just be like, I'm just down. It's like, why? Well, the Jews and pomegranates. I just don't even know how to do that, because I'm like, well, what can we do? Like, how can I take more off your plate? Like, now, I'm like, she's like, I'm like, when does it hurt? When you're changing Charlie's diaper, I'll change Charlie's diaper. It's like, yeah, but I don't want to put those responsibilities on you. I'm like, that's my job. Yes, the same happens here. It's universal. It's universal. I was going through this earlier with my wife. It's like a thing that we all have to battle, but it's like, even knowing it doesn't even help that much. Women never want solutions. They want you to feel their pain. Right, which I don't know how to do. I literally don't have the ability, so I'm just trying to like I even just brought home some foam rollers and all this shit, and she almost looked at me like I was making it worse because I'm constantly like, is it better? How does this work? And she's just like, she didn't say it because she's trying to be nice to me, but almost like, stop addressing it. Like, I'm sad. I'm like, why though? Because it hurts. Well, how can we make the pain stop?
Fake
I've been
laugh.
so emotional. I think her and I got pregnant around the same time, and my hubby is pulling his hair out. Right, that's why I'm talking about this now, because I'm not pulling my hair out per se, because I'm so aware of the dynamic. It's like I don't want to allow her or anybody close to me in my life to just go down, because sometimes that can be addictive. But at the same time, you can't force someone, like you can't force a woman to be happy. That makes them more angry. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. You're just realizing that. You can't force. He is amazed that he can't force Amy to be happy. I don't get this guy.
Yes, we women just want you men to just listen. Right? But I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what you want. And I mean that. And this is coming from someone who's really trying to make it all work. I don't know how to do that, and I don't have that ability. And a lot of men don't. A lot of men are like what do we do? You go like this? Like, I don't even know what to do with my hands, where you just go like this. Like, I get, like, my middle ground compromise is that I don't become a coach. I don't say, like, you get out there, we'll work through this hip. We'll straight, like, that's my instinct. So, the.
Nice, Austin. Thanks for jumping in here and subscribing, and I think you donated too, so thanks for the donation. I appreciate it. So. Yeah, one step brings up a good point. Dude, Owen, women get depressed during pregnancy occasionally, but you're inducing stress that could incur a miscarriage, and worst, Odom is primed to be a victim of postpartum depression. I mean, I don't know about any of that, but yeah, you're certainly. I know that women do get depressed during pregnancy. So. Yeah, no major victory. I'm on the East Coast as well. We're in late night territory now. For sure.
It did go a little bit long.
So. Well, Johnny, I hope that's not true. So.
The middle ground for me isn't to just, like, do this. I don't know how. It's to,
Oh, that's pretty much the end of the clip? Yeah, well, yeah, anyway. Alright, well, I mean, we covered all we can on the turpentine thing, I think. Right?
Turpentine.
I will say this. Alan actually had, speaking of Bobby Lagos, there are a couple videos that you, I'm not sure if you saw this one, but it's one of my, it's one of my, favorites. Well, there are a couple of Ellen videos that are my favorite, but one of my more recent favorites is this message to Vox Day from Nathaniel Slaughterbear, I think.
Oh, I'm game.
Alright. I'm making this video for Bucks Day. I've drawn a comic that is pretty interesting. I'm gonna call it Bear Tales. And in this debut episode, Coddington, he goes and he decides that he wants to be Owen Benjamin. And he ends up cutting off his head, and he replaces Owen Benjamin by slowly and precisionally cutting off Owen Benjamin's face and wearing it himself. Now, I'd only sell this for about $5,000 or more, but if you want to, do it,
that graphic is amazing.
For you, then we can work something out there. And, if you need a little bit of motivation, I can sweeten the deal a little bit, if you know what I mean. And make it worth your while if you catch what I'm saying. So I'll just leave it up to you, and you'll hopefully let me know. Anyways, this will be the comic. Maybe Chuck Dixon can do the shading. I'm gonna do the writing though. Alright, let me know, Vox. Email me.
One step goes, show me Airs Sulskeri. I don't know what that means. Oh, shit! Milk Nation is.
Oh, Milk Nation is here.
Welcome to my humble channel, sir. You provided the vast majority of the content for tonight's show.
Are you Mike Maloney?
Just say yes or nah.
Well, since Milker Nation is here, only one thing can be done.
Milker Nation videos.
Subscribe to to Milker Nation. Also,
Correct.
welcome to the mod squad, sir. Yeah, it's
Are you Mike Maloney?
Hey there, Mike. Welcome to the channel. So,
call him Mike until we know he's Mike.
Well, we don't know that for. We don't know. Who knows? Milk Nation could be me.
Who knows? But he may be Mike Maloney.
Is Mike Maloney related to Chris Maloney? The actor? No, I've always wondered that.
Oh, he's not Mike Maloney. That's so unfortunate.
Davy Crocker called me Mike Milker. LOL. Let's see. Oh, I was gonna try and find the Turpentine videos are all on Reloaded.
Turpentine.
By the way, Alan Pell, give the Reloaded thing back to Semper. It's his name, damn it.
Yeah, damn it.
Although, to be fair, I am a little disappointed because Semper, you said you haven't seen John Wick yet, right?
Honestly, I haven't.
I know I'm about to say maybe blasphemous, but John Wick is better than The Matrix.
That's what I hear, but that's bullshit.
Well, you'll just have to watch it. What do you think of the fact that they're coming out with a Matrix 4?
It depends how they do it. If they do it well, I'll be happy. But the second Matrix with the architect scene is the Matrix that I loved more than anything.
So how many times have you watched that speech? I've watched it like I've watched it 50 times.
I did a stream on that speech,
and I still don't get it. I'll have to watch your stream on that.
I don't know if it's up. Let me see.
All right. By the way, I watched Alan. I watched a video on the creepy, Terran Tactical guy. That dude was definitely creepy indeed. The people of Turpentineville.
Get in line, for I no longer care. Turpentine, don't make us.
This is the video that I was referencing.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, Turpentine, don't brush off everyone we meet. And set your rocket for the moon. Oh, Turpentine, don't make us crowd around your feet onto that sunshine. One is cold and grim affair, oh, so serpentine, where you dance to my despair, oh, turpentine. Get in line, for I no longer care. Oh, a friend of mine once told me everyone you meet, there's a story and this song.
This song is actually like really fucking good. I have to say.
Oh, Turpentine, don't let that.
I didn't even know the song exists before he posted.
Struggling with your safety code. I'm sick of
Semper, you gotta add this to your
for the ground onto that sunshine. One is cold and grim affair.
One day I'll learn to play an instrument, and then I'll be alright.
Where you dance to my despair, oh, turpentine. Get in line, for I no longer care. Oh, maybe you are lonelier than I can see, and I don't know if I can take. Oh, turpentine, get in line, for I no longer care.
Hey guys, so I've just done phase 1, my turpentine enema. The point of the enema is to flush toxins, parasites out the body.
This is the enema guy.
Get intense. So I thought I'd do it live, as it were. Obviously I'm not going to show you stage 1 because that's too intimate. But so I'll go through that in a bit and check for parasites. Oh, it's painful. Oh, it stings a little. Oh, and hopefully also, as well as parasites, various toxins will be eliminated from the body.
That's the scene I was talking about. Poop humor is funny.
Yeah.
So, I think that's me just about empty. I'll report back and how I'm feeling. Maybe tomorrow. Take it easy.
Hello, this is just a quick update on my Turpentine enema video. I didn't get a chance to go through it on the same night I left the deposit. I sort of sifted it out the toilet and put it in the fridge and been able to get it tonight. I spent a good few hours sifting through. I left it next to my pasta in the fridge. Luckily I didn't get the two confused because, that would have been a nightmare. So I sifted through, I found all sorts of what I can only assume are parasites. So I picked them out one by one and I posted them off to my doctor. And she didn't ask for them, but I think it's worthwhile just for her to, see what comes out of me when I shove turpentine up my bum. Other than that, I'm feeling really good, feeling like the toxins have, left my body. So I can only assume, because I'm feeling better, that was the cause of the turpentine enema. What's next? Another turpentine enema. I'm going to keep doing them until I feel better. And if I don't feel better, then I'll switch to coffee.
This guy has been
I was on my urine therapy group and someone asked the question, can you vape your own urine? I thought, well...
Can you vape your own urine?
I'm really into my own piss. So I'll try it out. And what I did is I pissed into this, where you put the oil or, vaporizing fluid. And I vaporized it and it works. It works. If you put urine into a vaporizer, you can actually vaporize your own urine, and I had an immediate high from it. I felt so good, like really, really good. And in general, I'm finding urine therapy really quite amazing. If you have a vaporizer, this is the next step. You can age urine and rub it on your skin. You can drink it fresh. You can lube day after 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 day, and get benefits from that. But if you're out and about, take a quick hit, and no one's going to know what it is. It looks like oil because it's like sort of orange. So urine therapy, the next stage is vaping your own piss. Thanks for watching, and I hope you try it. Let me know how you get on. Today
it's pretty fucking good.
I'll be drinking my own urine. I've tried enemas, I've tried all sorts of things to help my health and boost my immune system. This one, I've been talking to a number of people and they assure me that this is really going to help me. So here it is, basically. I made this earlier. It smells pungent, very pungent. Like you may be thinking, isn't urine a waste product?
It smells pungent.
Reject it. Well, yeah, but your body doesn't always know what's best for you. I was out in public the other day, I was doing some shopping, and I got really anxious and I shit myself. And I shit myself. Was that the best thing my body could do? No. So your body's not always right, and so I'm going to drink my own pee. Always consult a trained urine therapist before you do this, just to make sure you're doing it right, because you don't want to do this the wrong way. For example, aged urine shouldn't be drunk, you should just rub it all over your body. But fresh urine is perfectly fine to drink, and this is fresh, and
what the fuck?
I'm going to drink it. Here goes.
I don't know what to say to this either. He just drank his own urine. Oh.
So it tastes really quite okay. And
no, it doesn't.
I'll update you with how things go. Remember, always consult a trained urine.
Hi guys.
Bleh.
Okay, really quick update for those of you who are following my turpentine journey. I'm kind of changing up the protocol after 5 rounds. I noticed on the 5th round, because when I call it rounds, I do it for 5 days on, 2 days off. I noticed that this 5th round, I had a very hard time getting the turpentine down. The first day, the second day, it just was not, like, I physically couldn't swallow it. And I didn't really have those problems before. So I don't know if anyone who does the turpentine cleanse can maybe tell me, like, what that means, or, you know, whatever. I'm not entirely sure. I'm still releasing parasites in that. But what I'm doing now is I decide to do it every other day. You know, instead of 5 days on and 5 days off, because I find by the 3rd day, the turpentine accumulates in the body, and the die-off, like there's like a mass die-off inside of me, and it makes me feel
Stomach
so
lining.
sick. So every other day might be the option. I don't know. So yeah. So if anyone out there that's done this, have you had, like, further along into the cleanse, like 5 weeks or so in, maybe had issues where all of a sudden you just, the thought of taking it makes you sick, but parasites are still being released? So
are you
stomach lining?
Are you even alive at 5 weeks to make that, you know, to make a review like that?
I don't know. Maybe I have like a alien life form parasite inside me who's like becoming weaker and weaker and trying to control me so I don't take it anymore and kill it. What if like on the 6th round of turpentine, it's like alien and it comes out and it's like, I can't handle this anymore. It's realistic. I mean, my life is so weird, why not? I don't know. Okay, so quick update for you guys who are following me. I'm tired, so. Alright, bye guys.
And I'm gonna talk about my experience with Pure Gum Spirits of Turpentine. The entire thing, because I've taken it a couple times now, and I've learned some things. So it is the most horrible tasting stuff. So I don't know how people are doing it with sugar, but I have no intentions of trying to get used to taking it. So the capsules I've made this week while I've been here in Vegas, I spilled some of it on the side, and I took it anyway, and it is horrible. I don't care what I took it with, it tasted horrible. So I've been very, very careful to only fill them so full so that if it shook a little bit, it didn't spill over. So I took it that way, and then I would swallow it down with something sweet, some sugary candy or something that I had, or put sugar in the capsule and swallow that down next. But here's what I've experienced. Every single time I've done this, I feel like I've hydrated myself and hydrated myself and hydrated myself, and that I continue to hydrate myself. But what I've noticed is that maybe 2 to 3 days in, I end up with something like a cold, where that was one of the things that could happen, one of the side effects, that you'll feel like you have flu-like symptoms, even though I don't have a temperature or anything. My voice is lower today. I feel like I'm kind of congested because I'm having this problem with parasites trying to get out.
Hey YouTube, I took my first dose of turpentine with sugar. I only put 5 drops in there, probably did it about 15 minutes ago or so. I feel weird a little bit right now. I just wanted to describe how I'm feeling so you know. I feel like I'm breathing deep, kind of like You just feel like yourself breathing kind of heavy. I feel a little dazed. It's weird. I can't even describe it. A lot of people say that it's like a mind-opening experience, and their mind is.
Yeah. Owen was hyperventilating. I wonder why. Thanks, Major Victory, and thanks for subscribing too. Yeah, Owen was hyperventilating, and I think he had already started Turpentine at this point too.
Clear, and I don't know how I'm feeling right now. I'm not saying this is a negative or a positive experience I'm going through, but 5 drops? I don't really think that's anywhere near a teaspoon. So my recommendation for you guys is, if you're going to take this, start off really slow, because I don't know if I'm having a little bit of die-off effects from candida or parasites or whatnot, or my body chemistry is completely different than everyone else's, so you don't want to do exactly what I'm doing. But 5 drops, I would start off 5 drops, honestly, and then wait maybe an hour or 2, and then you can take more. But you just got to make sure you're not allergic, you're not going to get sick, you're not going to pass out, you don't know what's going to happen to you. Am I feeling bad right now? No. Am I feeling good? Questionable. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'm probably going to come back later, and I might do a half a teaspoon. I just got to work up the courage and make sure I'm not going to get sick. But I will get back with you guys and let you know how that goes. All right, thanks.
Hello. Thanks if you're tuning in for the follow-up. This is the next day. This is day number 2 on Turpentine. I haven't did any today. Just letting you guys know my results from this morning. I woke up honestly feeling very nauseated, sick. My belly hurt. I did not ingest it. I only took the bath, so that's some pretty strong stuff. And yeah, there was it already started working. It sure did. There was quite a bit of I think it was pinworms. Purple and white.
Hey guys, it's Michelle's channel. Okay, so last week I did the Turpentine challenge. So you want to see the results? Ew. So gross. So I'm going to post pictures on my Snapchat or Facebook. Yeah. One of the two. I want to post pictures. Really gross. And yes, it works. Turpentine does work. Now I am going to take you into the bathroom. And just a warning right now, if you have a nasty stomach, you're real sensitive, look away. Turn off the computer and run, okay? This is bad. I mean bad. Okay, ready? Okay. I'm gonna grab my tool that I will be throwing away after digging in the toilet, because I see people that are digging in there with forks, and I always think, I wonder if they use that fork again. Okay. This is really gross. And I flushed it. And this is the 3rd time, and there's still stuff coming out. So here we go, guys. Oh, it's so gross. It's so gross. Okay. Ew. I should have gloves on, guys. I know. Okay, let me see if I can grab something out. OMG. Oh my god. Hold on. Let me grab this. It's hard to film. I should have... Everybody's sleeping, so I should have grabbed somebody to film. Okay. This is so gross. You see that long? That is a freaking parasite worm.
Oh.
I don't care what anybody says. Look at that. It's in there. They break apart too, like that. These little pieces. It's me trying to dig and get them their, but oh my god, one had a head on it. There's one right there, look it. See that?
Oh.
Is she digging in her shit?
Freaking worm, you guys.
Oh,
Look at that.
Oh my god.
That is gross. My doctor says, oh, you're completely healthy. Okay, I can't keep digging in there. But there you go. That just goes to show you you're not as healthy as you think you are. And that turpentine stuff really does work.
Hi, Sean. Welcome to the Whitfield Report. Well, we're currently diving down the rabbit hole of people who think that drinking turpentine is a good idea.
Right?
Yep. So, yeah. Yes, Sean. Yeah, Sean is a regular usually. So, yeah, you thought this whole thing with Nick Fuentes getting banned was weird, but no, turpentine's way crazier, dude.
Work. Alright, so if you've had doubts for whatever reason, had somebody saying, oh, that's not right, turpentine, that's not, whatever. I'm telling you right now, I was a skeptic about doing it. I watched probably over 1,000 YouTube videos. I'm just going to save you guys the time right now and tell you, it works, okay? And there you go.
Works.
And that's the results, that's real results.
Is that Owen Benjamin's wife?
It just works.
Don't let that cloud up what you see.
No, Sean, that's not Owen's wife, although it could be. I can see why you might think that. But no, I'm streaming with Semper Reloaded, who is an ex bear. So, and he and I've been streaming for about 4 hours now, close to it. So, Jen Brennan goes, "Hey guys, she's single. No thanks, Jen. No thanks." So, we should give Business Bear her number. No. Let's see. I think this is going to be Bernie Sanders' female vice presidential pick. Yeah, maybe. So. Anyway, though, with that, I think we've just covered the whole entire Turpentine thing. So, anything you want to add here, Semper?
No, I'm good. I think we're good for the night.
So, alrighty. Where can we find you at, sir?
Just Semper Reloaded.
On YouTube. How many subs are you at now?
Do what?
How many subs are you at now?
709.
Not bad. So, that's a good number. I'll try and send some of my people over there to sub, and we'll try and get you up to 1,000. So, all right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for this rather intriguing edition of the Whitfield Report. I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. From all of us here at NGC Studios, good night, God bless, God save this great nation. As my friend Nira likes to say, God, freedom, democracy in that order, and I will see you on the next stream. Later, Gammas.